Good afternoon, fellow YouTubers, fellow flyers, and everybody else that's watching this thing at probably 2 in the morning thinking, how the fuck have I got here? But hello, hey Crumpet, hey Brian, hey Chris. So here we are, yeah, Heathrow again. I do like testing myself, don't I, really? Or testing the PC. So yeah, Heathrow, Glasgow, nice easy one today, nice little two-sector, got loads of time, not really in a rush. PC's been a little bit of a bitch this morning. I loaded up the flight sim, just have a look at the Glasgow scenery, make sure there's no sort of conflicts. Hey, aviation. And yeah, it just sort of went graphics error and just crashed, so wasn't too sure what was going on there, but I've updated the Fenix app as well, so that's just been updated. Changed a couple of settings on that one. And what did I do? Oh, there was a Windows update, so I just installed a Windows update. I don't no idea if it had any effect on anything, but just thought I'll update things and we'll give it a go and see how we do today. So, hey Michael, hope you're doing well. So we're pretty much all set up, to be honest, just sort of assuming this aircraft's obviously been out this morning, probably come back from somewhere. We've jumped on, external power's there, all looking good, all the flight plans in. I assume my very helpful first officer's probably loaded all this up for me. Not that they would do that, obviously if they're loading it up they fly it, but yeah, it's all been set up. I think we're ready to go. The time of departure is actually 1:45, so what's that? 40 minutes. So we've got 40 minutes to get going, which is loads of time, so that's not much of a problem. I've pretty much done most of the things in terms of setting up the box, got the emergency stuff to have a look at, which we'll have a look at in a minute. Hey David, how's the visibility in Leeds? Because I looked at the weather of that a minute ago and it was looking pretty poo. So yeah, not particularly looking very good in Leeds. So yeah, I'm not going to go there because it's just crap. But yeah, this is the flight plan. Do you want a copy of it? Actually, let me do that. So let's go. Let's copy there. Copy. Let's go. Right. Let me just get this in the chat for you if you want to have a look. It was looking pretty poo. Do that. Do that. And pin that. There we go. So there's the OFP if you need it. Again, it's BA, so they do cargo and everything, so I've just basically bolted 2 tons of cargo on some magazines and pharmaceuticals. I guess it's all the bloody antidepressant drugs or something going up to the Scottish, but there we go. So a little bit of cargo in the back as well. Relatively light loads. No, it wasn't low loads actually, it's pretty much a full load to a degree. I mean, this is where the Fenix apps is maybe a little bit, it's not quite consistent because it's 162, isn't it, maximum? But I think these BA aircraft have a maximum of about 145 passengers. So I've got 144 loaded, plus the cargo there. In terms of the fuel decision, I've had a quick look at the weather, and it's just basically crap. It's rainy, bit of broken cloud, rain and drizzle, 4,000 metres. It's all looking, it's all Cat 1 though. So you know, from a visibility and weather point of view, it's actually not too bad. So, you know, not great, but certainly no reasons to sort of panic. And Edinburgh's very similar, light rain, 6,000 metres, again, Cat 1, you know, again, nothing really to worry about at all. A little bit windy in Prestwick tomorrow, but apart from that, it's all good. And then Aberdeen and Inverness, sort of similar. Not that much better down here in Heathrow either. So a little bit of en route weather in respect to just a bit of icing, I think, but yeah, not too much of a problem there. So there really isn't a lot of reasons to take extra fuel. The only thing I can really think of is a bit of anti-ice. So we've got a decent underload, so 1600s, 1500s kilograms there. So underload's good, so we can squeeze a bit more fuel on if we need to. 36,000 feet's the cruise. About a ton to get to Edinburgh. I don't have scenery for Edinburgh. I just spent £20 again. I keep spending bloody money on this thing. Hey Paul, hey J-Hog, hey Paul. Hey Christian. So yeah, I keep bloody spending money, like every day I'm spending like 10 or 15 quid. So I bought the Glasgow scenery. I didn't buy the Edinburgh scenery though, so maybe tomorrow, I don't know. Not that I'm going to do the Edinburgh tomorrow, I'm going to do something different tomorrow. But yeah, Edinburgh's the alternate if we needed to go there. I can't see why we would. So 200 for taxi, that's pretty good. Maybe a little bit busy out of here with VATSIM. So there's not really much reason to take extra fuel apart from the anti-ice sort of in the climb and in the descent. So I might put, I don't know, I might put a couple hundred kilograms on there just to sort of bump it up a bit. So if we say 4.8, if we go 4.8 for the fuel, that should cover us, and then we should be landing with about 2.2, 2.3, maybe about 2.5 CNR for Edinburgh's 2. So I think that will do 4.8. So we just have a look at the mass and balance. We have got ATC online at the minute as well. I don't know how long they're going to be on for. So let's just start getting this cargo. Yeah, passengers and 4.8. Good. So if we start getting them on, that's started. Let's get the APU on. A little bit laggy. It's a little bit slow today. I guess that's just due to the weather and a few other things. But so long as the PC survives, I'm happy. Right, so let's get that going. Yeah, it might just be the scenery. Could be a few things. So yeah, it's a little bit sluggish. But I'm feeling confident. I said it now. It's kiss of death. Do you put those remarks in the cargo and sim brief? Yes, I do. It is, Brian. Yeah, so literally, when you do sim brief, there's a dispatcher remark which you can enter. So, you know, I'm just doing this manually. I'm just sort of, you know, in fantasy land, I suppose, a little bit. But yeah, this isn't something that's added for me. You know, I'm just sort of using a bit of, that's an experience, maybe. I mean, you know, airlines do take cargo. Some airlines do, some don't. I know British Airways do. So, you know, I'm just making things up, really, and just pretending that they're taking a bit of freight up to Glasgow or something, which is probably pretty common. Yeah, it is a bit laggy, Paul. Sorry. So, you know, again, it's just a make-believe thing, just to sort of go, oh, there you go, this is likely what's happened. You know, you'd have some sort of remark on the flight plan to say you've got a bit of cargo, maybe what it is. You know, pharmaceuticals, I mean, that sort of potentially goes into the realms of dangerous goods, and when you do take cargo, there's usually a dangerous goods manual on board, so usually somewhere down here, it's like a, depends on who you're with. I mean, the last airline I had, it was like a red booklet, and then there were codes for particular types of goods, and then you sort of cross-reference that codes with how it sort of represents dangerous goods, and each dangerous goods then have different sort of firefighting capabilities. So if there was a fire, the sort of the fire crews would treat each thing individually and how they sort of fight the fire, depending on what dangerous goods it is. So yeah, obviously it's not going into that much depth, but that's just me adding that. So yeah, sorry if it is a little bit laggy. It does seem a little bit laggy, but not too much I can do, unfortunately. Get that on. Fueling is on the way. In fact, it's almost there. 4.8 is what we want. Let me just have a quick look at the emergencies, because pretty much all I've got left to do. Where are we? Heathrow. Going from 27 left, so is it standard 1600 feet? Left turn to Ockham. Ockham is 328 right turns. Right, that's the emergency, which I shall input. We're doing that one. That's copied. Right, usual engine fail. Doesn't really matter what it's called. And EGLL27 left we're going from. 270 there, doesn't really matter too much about the radial. And 15 miles. London database. What did I type? EGLL. Obviously caught that up, then I 27 left. 270, 15. There we go. Yeah, obviously mistyped that. If I was a trainee pilot, your start would be awesome as an instructor. No messing said, is it? Yeah, well, it is kind of a requirement for training, to be honest. LDR. So yeah, there's certain sort of methods that we use for training, and different sort of training styles. You know, like you know, if you're training a cadet, you're sort of facilitating a bit more, because obviously a cadet is new, so you're sort of helping and sort of pointing them out, and you know, you're very much sort of supporting and sort of what's the word? Building their experience and building their knowledge base. You know, when you sort of train in new captains and experienced people, you know, people that are new to the airline but experienced on type and stuff, you know, you're not really facilitating. Well, so you are facilitating, yeah, you are facilitating that more experienced guys. Sometimes you're directing. That was what I was going to say. So when you've got cadets, you have to direct a little bit more, because they don't have the experience or knowledge to do things by themselves with the confidence. So, you know, sometimes you have to be a bit more directing. But you know, when you're sort of training more experienced guys, you can facilitate a bit more, because they sort of know what they're doing. So you just sort of point them in the right direction of maybe particular company SOPs, which may be different to what they're used to. So, you know, it does change, depends on who you're with. But you know, that's part and parcel of being the trainer, effectively. Right, anyway, what was I doing? 27 right, that's what we're doing, coming back in from Ockham. So get that in. So, Ockham. Don't think it's actually in Ockham. Ockham, there we go, hold, what did I say it was? 328 right hand turns. Good, that's in. And let's put the weather in. You look at the minimums again in a minute. QNH standard 1013. It's not always like that. 18 degrees. I've just written this down a minute ago. What was it? 200 at 12 approximately. So a little bit from the left. And what was the minimums? So I've already got the charts up already because there's so many bloody Heathrow charts. So I try to get ahead of the game. So if we come back, we'll be on 27 rights this time of day because they're using 27 left for departure. So 27 right minimums, 278. That one. Get me views right. 278. Good. Right, so that's all done. So I think we're pretty much ready to go. Hey Lemon, how you doing? GD. Substitute flying for wearing. Best safety announcement on the aircraft I heard flying Crab Air was, if I'm flying a parachute, there is no hope for you. Okay. Yeah, I'm not too sure I'd say that to the passengers. That would instantly get on social media somehow, and when it gets on social media, I would be getting a phone call from somebody quite high up fairly soon after that. So yeah, probably certainly not worth doing that. You know, nowadays just keep it sort of strictly professional. Right, fueling's done. That's done. Again, apologies for a little bit lag. It does feel a little bit laggy today, probably just due to the weather and the scenery. I did update this as well. Somebody said that my displays were on balance, they're a bit fuzzy. I've put them on quality now, so I'm hoping they're a little bit better. They do look a little bit better, but obviously this is just making the PC work just that little bit harder. But hopefully once we're airborne, we should be okay, and we'll see what it's like on approach. Crab Air is RAF. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I suppose it's a bit more applicable, isn't it? Right, so what have I got left to do? I don't think there's much else. Load sheets. I think we're pretty much ready. Got loads of time until we go in. APU's there. Boarding, I think, is on the way. So load sheet performance. Yeah, they're coming on. Good. Right. Let's have a quick look at the load sheets. Again, usual thing, what I've done is I've put the failures on random, so all unrealistic, because yeah, obviously if we get anything I can deal with that. Let's get the load sheets. AOC, or received. Load sheet, this is a load sheet from the previous flight, I think because I loaded a profile, it just had the Paphos, which was completely, oh, it's still there actually. Why is that wrong? So yeah, Leeds Bradford Paphos, yeah. So there's some mistake here. I don't know why it's loading an incorrect load sheet. So yeah, this is nonsense. So how can I might have to force that. Resend a load sheet. Yeah, hopefully this will give me the correct load sheets. So yeah, we can, these two, oh god, that's going to make you drunk, isn't it? There you go, hopefully this will be the right one. No, it's too, so why am I getting wrong load sheets? Any idea how I can sort this out? I'm getting the wrong load sheets. I suppose I could not, I won't have to rely on that, I could just use the EFBs. Yeah, I might just have to do that. Okay, we'll just use the figures off here. I'll wait until loading's completed, and then we'll just use the actual figures. So the load sheet going for ACAR is obviously a little bit bugged, so we'll just use these figures. As long as these figures pretty much correspond with what we got on the OFP, we should be fine. So what are we expecting? Zero fuel weight about 59.5. CAG will be whatever it is, and takeoff weight's going to be about 64 tons. So I can probably do something at that beforehand. So let's say it's going to be about 28%-ish. Take off. Right, so I've got to look at the performance. So just guesstimate this, we can always double check it. 27 left. Dry, is it dry? I think it is actually. Yeah, I don't know. It's been raining this morning, so maybe damp. Let's go wet, just in case it is a bit damp. Load sheet, I'll ignore that. Optimum off, 18 degrees, don't need the anti-ice. Takeoff, let's expect 64 tons. Takeoff COG about 28. So if I'm missing anything in the chat, just getting through this. Right, the wind is... oh, it was variable, but it seems to have stopped, so let's just use 210 at 11. It was varying from about 170 degrees, so I was going to use worst case, but we can just use the actual figures now. In fact, we just do that, can't we? Good. And the intersection, let's have a quick look what intersection we're going to use. Taxiing. So obviously only a small 320, so probably November Bravo 3 would be plenty. So don't need to go all the way down to the end there. We can just use November Bravo 3, I would say. They could give us November 4 Echo, but November Bravo 3 should be fine. And where are we? 27 left. November Bravo 3, where are you? That one, November 3, 3224 is what we're expecting on the Tora. 3224, that's the one. And there's Apworth. So yeah, pretty much max flex, which is fine as expected. 32, 42, 45. 32. What was one? What did I do? 132. 142, 145. Flat 1, was it flat 1? I think it was. No, it says flat 2 there. Okay, well, let's go. I've got no idea what config BA use normally. Let's use config 1. So, there you go, 31, 42, 44. 31. 131, 142, 144. Flat 1, and still probably got a decent flex, yeah, 68. Good. So that's performance done. We'll obviously keep an eye on the zero fuel weight once we've done it. Hey, Alk. Yeah, go for it, Ryan, if you want to join. Feel free. I am estimated to go in the next 20 minutes. So, yeah, jump aboard, come along. I'm going to go, hopefully come back to Heathrow as well. That's going to be the plan. So do the... didn't do that. I wonder what the click spots are like. Don't know. Click spots, shit spots, whatever they are. So yeah, hopefully doing the 2 sector. Good, my dog's collapsed because he's knackered. Have we got ATC? Hope we still got ATC. It'd be nice to have ATC for most of it. Heathrow Tower. Yeah. It looks like London Control's gone offline. Ah, that's a shame. They were online. Heathrow Tower's still there though. Alright, let's have a look. Actually, I'm not going to listen to the voice ATIS because it just conflicts with the normal Microsoft Flight Sim, doesn't it? I mean, they should have it here. So, DATIS. There we go. That's what we got, information Delta. Departure 27 left, that's what we're expecting. That's the latest winds, yeah. Divine aircraft making initial control. Okay, then. Yeah, 185. Good. So let's see if we can have a clearance. What are we expecting? The umlaut. Umlaut's 1 Golf and 6,000's the climb clearance, which is there. We just need the squawk. Wow. Right, let's see if we can speak to Tower. At least get a clearance before he buggers off. Guard on 1. Sorry, guard on 2 even, as it should be. Guards on 2. And 185 is the Tower. I'll try and do this in my best Nigel voice.
Easy 512 211, pushing start through, face north.
3.
Start through, facing north 512.
Hey Mark. Oh, you sorted it, have you? Oh,
Victor
good.
Tower, hello, Fenix 7 Kilo Lima information, Echo Sun 35, traction 325 is information Echo. A350 900 request clearance to Helsinki as filed.
Fenix 7 Kilo Lima, line correction Heathrow, hello, cleared Helsinki, Brooklands Park, 7 Golf, squawk 5014.
Right, you climb blue. You should be climb blue.
Cleared Helsinki, Brooklands Park, 7 Golf, departure, squawking 5014, Fenix 7 Kilo Lima.
Fenix 7 Kilo Lima, read back correct.
Yeah, not too sure. That should be climb blue. Why is it not climb blue? Okay, not too sure what's going on there, but anyway. Right, let's see if we can get the clearance. Where are we? 523. Heathrow Tower, very good afternoon to you. Shuttle 6 Lima, a stand 523, and we're at 320. Got information. Delta requesting clearance Glasgow, please.
Shuttle 6 Lima, Heathrow, hello, information echoes, current, clear Glasgow, unmarked 1 Golf, squawk 6213, the QNH 1013.
Thank you very much. Get echo in a second. And cleared Glasgow, unmarked 1 Golf, QNH 1013, and squawk 6213, Shuttle 6 Lima.
Shuttle 6 Lima, correct.
I know it's correct. Right.
Food 144, taxi Bravo, link 51,
and it's all
left
on me.
Alpha,
Good.
hold November Bravo 3.
Difference that wet makes to be one. It's a CEO, so it's only. Difference that. John, yeah, the wet figures because it's all about stopping distance effectively.
Standby, break, player
Probably
7,
literally
nothing
updated
further,
what is
1
the time.
Unicorn 1228, bye bye.
This is Delta there. Yeah, so the performance. Think of it as stopping. So just think of stopping a car. You know, if you're stopping a car on a dry road,
1336, taxi Bravo,
keep
link
quiet.
29.
Yeah, so if you're stopping a car on a dry runway, well, stopping distance is better because it's dry. But the stopping distance in a wet road is obviously greater because it's wet. So because the runway is a fixed length, you know, that doesn't change. It's not like a motorway where you've almost got infinite amount of sort of road ahead of you. Because it takes longer to stop on a wet runway, you need to make the decision to stop earlier because it takes longer to stop. That's why V1's basically reduced. So yeah, it's all about stopping, really, performance. Getting airborne, obviously, but you know, stopping is one of the big factors when you're working out the performance. So yeah, that's why I went wet figures. I mean, I only went wet figures because I know it was raining earlier, so I don't know what the ATIS would say, but you know, even though it's stopped raining now, it might say runway condition code 5, which is what's that good, which is basically wet. So yeah, there's a good chance it might still be a wet runway, but that's only speculation. It's only a guess. Obviously, they can't tell us, and it looks dry, but you know, it's worst case, really. Right. Anyway, that's all done. How are we doing for the loading? Probably not that far to go. Massive balance. So yeah, a few more to go. So we'll have a little quick brief about it. There's not really too much to say. This is the flight plan, which you can see. We've discussed all this, 36,000 feet, which should be fine. Let's have a look. Oh, I haven't put that in actually. Why haven't I put that in? There you go, lazy. 36. What's the temperature? Minus 60. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah, it worked out about 4.6, which is pretty close to what we wanted. We wanted 4.8. 36, optimum's 35, but recommended max is 382. So yeah, 36 is fine. So that's all done. We've got the fuel. Weather's generally fine both ends. Aircraft's all good. No, the weather radar doesn't work. No times, nothing really to affect. I just did have a quick look at this earlier. A few cranes, a couple of stands, but nothing really in Heathrow. Nothing really down in Glasgow. Cranes again. Well, there we go. It's an interesting one. So what day are we? Is it Thursday? I can't remember. But Thursday between 1400 and 0300s. RFFS downgrade to Cat 8. So there you go. Good quiz question. What's the RFFS category that we need for a 320? You know, does that comply? Can it be reduced, etc., etc.? So yeah, that's a good one. So have a look at extending routing. Blah 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 blah. I don't care too much about that. Primary radar, maybe. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's no radar online anyway for VATSIMs, so that kind of is irrelevant. And Glasgow, sorry, Edinburgh's good as well. So we've done all that. In terms of the box, we've got Heathrow, Glasgow, Edinburgh's the alternates, 36,000 feet, we said it's fine. Fuel, a little bit of extra fuel, don't really that much more, but just a little bit for the anti-ice. Flight plans all in. Umlaut 1 Golf, which we've seen, stop altitude to 6,000. Radnavs, let's have Ockham in actually. Just in case things go bang, we've got to turn left, so it's left to Ockham. 227 right to come back in, because we're going to be landed on 27 right. I think we're wrong. Performance, we've done this. Wet figures 27 left, fine, November 3. And that's all gone. Noise abatement 2, so thrust reduction acceleration is good. Fuel we discussed, secondary is standard company Airbus emergency. Straight ahead, 1600 feet, left turn to Ockham. Hold there and come back in on 27 right. So that's pretty much it. You'll see me taxi past on Alpha in a second. Oh, if you got going. You've started as quickly as what I did on the other day in... where were we? Bordeaux. Oh, just click me back. Don't know if this is a daft question, but does it require much additional training to fly A320neo from a CEO? And if both... no, not really. LDR, it doesn't take any additional training to go from the 320 CEO to the Neo. There's some differences, so obviously there's differences with the engines, different limitations, a few like differences with like turbulence penetration speeds. That's difference. Yeah, so sort of the operating N1 EGT, these are slightly different on compared to the CEO. There's a few extra kits on the Neo. So you've got autopilot TCAS. You have some have FLS, some don't. What else has it got? Yeah, the Neo's got a couple of extra things that the CEO doesn't, but there's no additional training. There is additional training for the 321 Neo though. So those that haven't flown it before, if they're going to fly the 321 Neo, they have to have, I think, 4 sectors of training, and there needs to be like a little tech quiz that they need to do as well. So there's a little bit, some differences for the 321, and if you haven't flown the 321 before, then you have to do 4 sectors of line training on it, I think it is. So yeah, a couple of little sectors, but you know, generally, you know, it's all very similar. Boarding complete's good. Dismiss that. That's done. Right, let's get all this set up. What do I want to do? What am I doing? That one. That's, oh, my brain is just useless this morning. Chocks and cones. Don't need that. I'm not going to do that because I've got the tug thing. APU is available. We can disconnect that. You can go, and I think the push is going to be an interesting one because there's no much space. Yeah, we're going to have to push this way and sort of go back on ourselves because there's not really a lot of space just to push. There's a blast fence there. Good, so that's all done. Just wait for. I don't think this load sheet's going to come through. We'll wait for this final load sheet, but the chances are it's going to say, buddy, Leeds Bradford's Paphos again. So if it's rubbish coming through, that we'll just use the performance, the data on the load sheets, effectively on the mass and balance page of the EFB. So yeah, if we can't use the load sheet, we shall use this here, these figures, and then at least we got actual real figures. So 29.4, that's not too far off what we expected for the CAG, and yeah, 64.2. 64.3. Yeah, I might just rejig these performance figures because it's ever so slightly different to what I worked out. But apart from that, I think we're ready to go. I suppose we can do a checklist, can't we? I need to print off this checklist and laminate it probably. Saves me getting me work iPad out all the time. Ugh. I can't get the cover off. Come on, you bastard. That's it, I've broken my work iPad. That's it. Yeah. Have I bent it? Maybe I've bent the iPad. Right, let's have a final little look at the figures. Be interesting how this Fenix works actually. So yeah, all quantities good. Again, this, I've said this before, these are sort of slightly more than what you'd normally expect. You know, sort of right to the full really. Usually all quantities between sort of about 12 and 16. So it'd be nice if they lowered this a little bit in respect to what it should be. But yeah, the oil's good, hydraulics all good as expected, and oxygen pressure is all good as well. So let's have a quick look at the before starts. Bugger off, I'll read you later. Where are you? Where's the checklist gone? There it is. So yeah, the aircraft acceptance, or cockpit preparation aircraft acceptance is completed. Fuel quantity we have, we're at about 4.8, just under that, so just under 4.8, and it's balanced. Seatbelts are on. ADRSs, we have 3 in nav, and the bar F is QNH1013, so cockpit preparation checklist is complete. Double check, make sure my controls all set up. There you go, work. Yeah, good. Always got to double check, even though I haven't done anything, sometimes they can stop working. Right, once the load sheet comes through, we'll rejig the surface fuel weight data, and then we can probably ask for push and start. Hey Drax, how you doing? Hello mate. And my dog's actually wanting to spend time with me today, it makes a change. Usually just buggers off and leaves me alone. Aha, load sheet, good. Right, has it got the right flight? Aha! There we go, Heathrow, Glasgow. That's encouraging. So, zero fuel weight is 59.5, which is what we expected, and 30.6, I'll just amend that, 30.6. 4.8, about 64 tonnes it should be. And takeoff weight is 64. No, that's what we worked out, so that's fine. So why was there a little bit of discrepancy? Oh, I know. Sorry, that's not takeoff weight, is it? Of course, that's the ramp weight. So that's the weight we are now. But obviously, we're going to burn about 200 kilograms for the taxi. So 64 tons is about the estimated takeoff weight. Yes, that's fine. So that's just me being a dickhead, really. So good. I don't really have to change that. I don't have to change the performance. So I'm happy with all of that. That's good. That's good. We'll leave that as it is. And now we can get the taxi chart up. We're all ready to go. That's all done. Last minute paranoia check. All looking good. And hopefully ATC are still online. Or have they gone? Have they gone? All under controls back as well. Oh, hang on. Heathrow. No, Heathrow Tower should be there.
Easy 512, contact London Control 120.025, bye-bye.
Right, let's get the pushback thing ready.
120.025, easy 512, bye-bye.
Let's pre-plan it before we ask him.
Super 2232, request push. 2232, stand 545, push and start at
So there's not a lot of space here, so it's sort of going to be one of these funny taxis where you basically sort of do, you know, as a very late, sharp turn. I think as long as it doesn't infringe the other stand, you're fine. Not going to work. So it'd be something along those lines. There we go. Heathrow Tower, Shuttle 6 Lima, stand 523, ready, push and start.
Shuttle 6 Lima, stand 523, push and start at base. You can push into handle if you'd like.
Okay, yeah, we just set it up just to basically do a little bit of a U-turn and just face normally on, is it Lima, and so Yankee, Shuttle 6 Lima.
Okay, that's approved.
No, you push approved, so yeah, Shuttle 6 Lima. Good, so he's happy with that.
F5 for Victor Kilo, taxi 4, left golf, stand 327.
I feel like I've forgotten something, I always feel like I forget something. Problem is I'm doing the role of two people, so you know my scans are sort of completely disjointed to what they are. So before start checklist, parking brake is on, takeoff data is, oh yeah, climb blue, there we go. Takeoff data is confirmed, windows are closed, iPads, PDs, flight modes, there we go. Don't care about the FOs. gonna be what it wants. Oh, it's flashing. Come on. Doors are closed and armed, and the beacon is on before start checks are complete.
Cockpit to ground.
Hello.
This is ground. Stand by.
Visual Tower, Speedbird CJ1, Australia Precision Start.
Hey Willie.
2301.
Lunchtime distraction. Hello Ryan, how you doing? I'll get on that sim Drax, it's good. Taking a very slow taxi late in. No worries, yeah, I mean you crack on, Ryan, I'm not going to be too far behind you. Okay, so there's a van there which I try not to hit. Right, that's it, go on.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed. The parking brakes are set. You may lift. Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft. We are cleared for start and push. Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
There you go.
Parking brakes are released. Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence. It will start in the sequence.
Lovely, so this will be a nice little U-turn. See, I mean, maybe they normally push back and stand behind us, don't really know. I'm good, Ryan, thanks, very good. I'm on days off again. It's lovely, you don't have to work. Just about missed the catering truck. A sharp little left-hand turn.
Fisher Tower, could I see the 24 radio check?
224 Heathrow Tower, readability 5.
Right, let's start the engines, engine mode select. I'm going to go sacrilege, I'm going to start it like B80. Alright, starting in 2.
Requesting for occurrence to Edinburgh. Sorry about that, give me a minute. I'll file the flight plan.
Pretty great fun.
So that's 7 kilo Lima, flying November Bravo 2 Echo, 27 left, line.
Yeah, I suppose it would. I just use, was it VATScope or something just to see who's on the stands.
Good,
we'll start,
contact
brake
London
set.
Heathrow, 135.8, bye-bye.
Parking brake set.
135.8, first 144, bye-bye.
This is where I need the IE engines now as well, that'll be the next good thing.
You may disconnect. Okay, sir. Clear to disconnect. Pin has been
Liber T4 is stand 555 information, Foxtrot requesting occurrence to Edinburgh.
I suppose I could have done single engine really, I didn't even discuss that, never mind.
224 Heathrow Tower,
Easily could have done single engine out of here.
Type and stand number.
Oh well, not a company man.
Stand number is 555.
He's disappearing, 2 started, standing 1.
224, thank you, cleared Edinburgh, Ulmart 1 Golf departure, good walk 7272.
Is that a man? It's supposed to be a man with a pin, possibly. Alright, ground crew is clear.
224, read back correct.
That face you made when you white fires £250, you forgot about. That's good away for Christmas and you've already paid for the kids' presents. Yeah, oops. Right, there we go, the engines are started. They look good. Engine reset's back to normal. Don't need the anti-ice, APU bleeds off, APU's off. Spoilers, rudder trim, flaps. The trim, what was it? 20 something or other. I can't even remember now. That one. 29 I think, wasn't it? 29.4, that would do. 29, somewhere around there, that'll be fine. Status is normal. Right, the after start checks. Where are we? Anti-ice is off, ecam status is checked, pitch trim is 29.4%, and the rudder trim is neutral. I'll start checks complete. Right, let's see where they want us to taxi. Tower Shadow 6 Lima is ready for taxi.
Control 135
twat.
Desolate, enjoy flight.
F London 135 Desolate,
All the
thank you,
time.
service of ISN 7 Kilo Lima.
Bye bye.
Shuttle 6 Lima is ready for taxi.
Shuttle 6 Lima, taxi right Alpha, hold November Bravo 3.
Right now for November Bravo 3, easy, not easy, are we? Shuttle 6 Lima. So right now for down here, and then the second left all the way down, November Bravo 3, which is basically what we've had for performance. So that's all good, happy with that. Taxi lights on, clear both sides that I can see. And I'm sure all this zooming around at high speed is probably going to cause the sim to have a fit one day. Can actually see what was a cloud base.
Heathrow Tower, Flybus 2502, stand 256, ready for push and start.
Flybus 2502, stand 256, push and start approach face south.
So brakes are
Push back
checked.
approved, face south. Flybus 2502.
Yeah, I could probably turn right here actually, that's fine. Right, so it's broken at 1800.
Request taxi.
Through 2232, taxi left Bravo, link 28, hold November Bravo 2 Echo.
Yeah, so there's no need for the anti-ice because we're not going to go into cloud before the acceleration altitude.
Left Bravo, link
The
28,
temperature's
then
nice
hold
and
November
warm anyway.
Bravo 2 Echo for Sigma 2232.
Right, so it's all clear on the left. Yeah, I really could have done single engine at 3 minutes already. So, never mind. I'll fly over you once lifted off.
A2 Tower, River Teacher 1, right taxi, runway 27 left.
Through 301, taxi Alpha, hold November Bravo 3.
Taxi Alpha, hold November Bravo 3, River Teacher 1.
I think my volume's on my iPad, but I can hear myself here. Thought I heard something in the background. Right, there's somebody coming down there. Is that 777? Right, let's have a quick flight controls. Fill up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. And got to do the stupid rudders. Oh, they need to sort this rudder out. It's full left rudder. Full right rudder. Neutral. Yeah, I don't like. They really have they. I wonder if they've done it. Let's have a quick look at that. No, they haven't. So that, they still need to fix this button.
Brake set.
Good to know. That's done. That's done. Squawks on. That's all done. That's on. That's done. Where's he come from? He come out there, he must have done. Right, anyway, the taxi checklist says flight controls are checked, flap setting is config 1. FMA climb nav blue, 1FT2. Radar detector wind shear is on. Ecam MO is take off no blues, and EFBs are stowed and disconnected. That's taxi checks complete. I just have to re-familiarise myself to where November Bravo 3 is, so it's the one that's basically adjacent to Lima, so when that terminal is. Fine. Good. Oh, people are smiling. Hey Phil, how you doing? Can the Fenix A320 be flown like the standard ones in people and foods? Well, yeah, it can, Phil. It's you just have to load the flight plan in. Use SimBrief. I think that's easiest. I mean, that's free. So just yeah, do that. It's a bit more complex, the Fenix. So it's a bit more sort of study level, I suppose. But you know, it's relatively straightforward. It's all gone very quiet. So this is what I like about having the rudders, is that you can just steer the aircraft using the rudders. You don't have to actually touch the tiller. So I'm guessing he's departing. How soon after takeoff do you switch off the takeoff lights? It depends on the company, Ryan. So Airbus standard SOPs are about 10,000 feet you can turn them off, but my company, basically any time that they're not required. So as soon as you're sort of in cloud or above cloud, they're not really serving any purpose, so you can sort of turn them off when you don't think they're necessary. So yeah, there's a couple of methods really, or a couple of sort of SOPs, and really one is when you want, and the other is about 10,000 feet.
505 with a type A320, and we have information Foxtrot QNH 1013 requesting IFR to Prague is filed.
0858 Heathrow, hello, cleared Prague, Detling to Golf, squawk 4230.
Cleared Prague, Detling 2 Golf, squawking 4230, speedbird 858.
0858 back, correct.
Shuttle 6 Lima's ready for departure.
Shuttle 6 Lima from November Bravo 3, 27 left, clear takeoff to winds 200 degrees at 10.
By November Bravo 3, clear takeoff 27 left, Shuttle 6 Lima. Good, so that's clearance confirmed, so it's not this one, it's I think the next one. So being clear for takeoff, so lights can all come on. Packs can come off.
Tower speedbird 24, stand 555, request push and
TCAS
start.
is on.
224, stand 555, push and start approved, face south.
Line up checklist, cabin is gear for takeoff.
South, speedbird 24.
Takeoff runway 27 left via November Bravo 3, takeoff clearance is confirmed.
Fever
TCAS is
2232, via
TAR8,
November
Pax
Bravo
1
2
and 2
Echo, runway
are
27
off.
left, line up and wait, caution 1 intersection departure ahead.
So November Bravo 3, here we are. So approach is clear.
One eye out the intersection departure at 27 left, speedbird 2232.
Do the rolling takeoff, no problems about that, there's no obstacle clearance problems at the other end.
Heathrow Tower, Flybus 2502.
Hey Tom, how you doing?
Taxi.
Flybus 2502.
So good, last minute paranoia, no stupid people landing the wrong way or going the other direction.
That's Taxi Lima, hold Lima 1, Flybus 2502.
Got a funny feeling London controller online, don't know what the frequency is. I'll sort that out once I'm airborne. Right, we're all ready, been clear of takeoff. And takeoff.
Easy 7624, requesting airfare clearance to Copenhagen Kastrup.
Easy 26, correction 7624, Heathrow, hello.
And flex 68, SRS runway.
And stand number.
Wind's a little bit from the left, thrust is set.
Aircraft Airbus A320 and stand on the
100 knots.
Lima terminal.
Do you know your stand number?
And V1. Rotate.
244, I think.
Bit of wind. Positive climb, gear up.
Okay.
You did a bit more aileron than I thought there.
Copenhagen, Brookman Spark 7 Golf 0543.
Right, border that AP1.
Tier 2 Copenhagen 20 left, BRK 7 Golf 8764.
And Squawk 0543.
And Squawk 0543, 8764.
8764, correct. Shuttle 6 Lima, contact London, control 135 decimal 8, bye-bye.
135.8, Shuttle 6 Lima, have a good day, speak to you later.
27.
Right, that's back on again. Fly the jet, aviate, navigate, communicate. There's no rush on this part. There's WS speed. 1358, good. So, done the packs. For SB, flap 0, speed check, flap 0. Done, 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 done. Airline control, very good afternoon to you, Shuttle 6 Lima, AR on the UMLATS, 1 Golf departure, passing 2,900, climbing 6,000.
Shuttle 6 Lima, good morning to you, good afternoon, climb now, flight level 140.
Climb now, flight level 140, Shuttle 6 Lima. Good, so there we go, 140, and set standard. So standard is set and cross check, flight level 140 blue, what are we, 20 degrees temperature, so that's okay, so I don't need the anti-ice. Don't think we need the landing lights. I think I read today that the UK is still warmer than Greece. How much do you feel when the wind is hitting you? I presume there's no feedback. There isn't really, no.
451 Charlie.
It's easier in the real aircraft. You just sort of feel it in your arse, a bit in the seats of your pants. But there was a little bit of a wind from the left there, so I knew there needed to be a little bit of left aileron as we rotated. Keep a bit of right aileron, right rudder to keep it straight, and a bit of left aileron just as we start rotating to keep the wings sort of down. But I needed a bit more in the sim, which is a bit more than what I'd use in real life. You don't need a lot of aileron in the real life, but I think the sim, whether it's just my sensitivities or just how the flight model's done in the sim, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I just needed a little bit more there. But you've got to be careful not to overdo it and start deploying the spoilers. That obviously kills the lift. Right, I think we're good for the cabin crew. They're released.
Under control, hello, Seabird 2232 with you, climbing through 2004 Compton, on the Compton 3 Golf departure.
Seabird 2232, London control, hello to you, climb now, flight level 120.
Climb now, flight level 120, Seabird 2232.
Big low pressure front just off Spain, dragging warm out, yeah. Yeah, it's very nice and warm. Again, took the dog out this morning, had the fleece on, and then after about 15 minutes realised I probably didn't need the fleece. So it's still nice and warm. And wait. Alright, there's 10,000 accelerating, that's good. And you should just be able to hold the clear button down, and that should just clear the entire scratch pad. Obviously, that's not
Quebec Victor, detail, follow 80.
Radnavs.
Flight level 80 and a 24 Quebec.
That's cleared. Progress 36 is what we
Lima,
want.
contact London control 132.6, follow.
132.6, Shuttle 6 Lima, have a good day, speak to you later. 32.6.
Runway 22 vacated, Skywest 2334.
Skywest 2334, and Q contact stands at ground on 121.725, bye-bye.
On control, very good afternoon to you, Shuttle 6 Lima. We are climbing flight level 140 and direct to Woburn. Yo. Donut, 3-2. So yeah, if you get frequency, it's always good to write them in the scratch pad, because you know what they are then. And then when you be a bit of a dickhead like I was, you get the wrong one.
0101, London control, Logan to hotel arrival for Heathrow.
Excuse me, sir, can you repeat me?
Yeah, Logan.
Yeah, it's just it's a minor thing, Willie, but it'd be good. Yeah, if you dress, I'm sure it will.
I understand Lima from my X-ray arrival.
Negative Lima, Oscar, Golf, Alpha, November, to Hotel.
Alright, that's clear, that's done, performance is good, fuel is fine, and secondary.
Lima
That's
Golf
copy.
Alpha
Come
November.
on, buddy, sort it out. Speed out star.
Neptune 749, Squawk out basic service and 4 passing level.
Passing 4,700 feet, Squawk out you have 749.
Control, very good afternoon to you, Shuttle 6 Lima, level in flight level 140, direct to open.
Shuttle 6 Lima, London Control, climb flight level 300, confirm requested level.
Climb flight level 300, request fee 60 for the cruise, Shuttle 6 Lima.
Neptune 749, identified clear to enter the
Right, flight level 300 is blue, and we can, let's just go, open climb, so thrust climb, open climb 300 blue.
Neptune 749, read correct.
Above the MSA, and it's already on standard, which is good.
Argentina 01,
Looks clear, belts can come off.
Redirect to Logan.
Yeah, wrong feet, it was Brian, see. But there you go, that's why you write the frequency in the scratch pad, because, you know, when you be like, oh, it's the wrong one, you know, you can double check it. And this is the other thing, like when you change frequencies, I went from one London to the next one. If I had 1336 in there, always swap the frequency back over so you're back on the original frequency and then amend it. If you amend this one, so if it's 1336 and then go, oh no, it's 132, and then you amend this one to 1326, you've lost the previous frequency. So then if that was wrong, say it wasn't 1326, it was 122 or whatever, and you've completely misheard, you've lost the previous frequency. So then you can't even go back and ask, because by the time you've changed that, you've probably forgotten what it is. So exceptions to using VATSIM. But yeah, if you get the wrong frequency to start with, always put it back to the standby, change it to what you think is there, and then go back, because at least then the original frequency is still sort of in. So yeah, I've done that. Well, I've done that once in my life, you know, and got, you know, you get quite embarrassed because you basically completely lose the frequency you're supposed to be on, and you've lost the previous frequency as well. So you're like, you know, you really are buggered. So yeah, a bit of sort of discipline when changing frequencies, and you know, changing the wrong one. Which just helps you to go back. So if it wasn't 1326 and I completely misheard, I could have gone back to the previous frequency 1358 to gone, look, I've just been a dickhead, you know, can just tell me the frequency again. So yeah.
Shuttle 6 Lima, climb flight level 360, level Trent, route direct Trent.
Direct to Trent, climb flight level 360 and level by Trent, yeah, Shuttle 6 Lima. Right, can't imagine that's going to be a problem, so 360 blue.
When you're ready, flight level
again, do the altitudes first, that's the important bit.
Roger, I think when ready,
Trent, I'll put the beams in because I could need the fuel checks. So we're now direct to Trent.
140 degrees.
We've got about 16,000 feet to go. So we should have a... Right, so the arrow there is after Trent, so we need to just amend this a little bit. So I might do is open climb, and turbulence penetration speed is usually quite good. That is above 200, that's 270 knots. Help us go up. We could press the expedite button, and that would drop the speed down to green dot to really increase the rate of climb. But then you're down at green dots, and you know, then you've got to accelerate to a faster speed, and to accelerate your vertical speed is going to reduce, and it's just going to make it all a lot harder when you're higher up. And you're not supposed to use the expedite button above flight level 250 anyway, so you know, really it's completely pointless using that. We might as well just go like a turbulence penetration speed, which is effectively the best rate to climb. And even that isn't probably going to be there at Trent's London Shuttle 6 Lima.
Shuttle 6 Lima.
Yeah, we probably won't make 360 by Trent, so did you want another flight level?
Given continuous climb, what level can you achieve by Trent?
It will probably be, let me just have a quick look at the box. It's going to be about flight level 32330, probably the best we can do, Shuttle 6 Lima.
Shuttle 6 Lima, roger, just for now, climb flight level 360 and I'll get back.
Yeah, no worries, climb flight level 360 and Shuttle 6 Lima. So let him know, so it doesn't look like we're going to make 360 by Trent, just let him know that our plan isn't going to fit with his. And the FMGC says about 330, maybe 340, probably gets 34. But that's given a rough indication of what we should get. So just conveying that back to him. We can't really climb that much better. I mean, we can go MCT, you know, we can go thrust MCT, but it's not going to do much to the thrust. A little bit, but there you go. Man MCT. So it's going to help a little bit with the rate of climb, but as we get higher, it's going to pretty much the climb thrust is going to sort of equal that anyway. But you know, really going thrust MCT isn't going to help us too much at all this sort of lowdown.
London Control, good day, Turkish 9 Oscar.
Sine, I hope I pronounced that. How are you doing? Could you just put that as constraint on the Mac to usable managed? Well, you could mark, but it's all sort of in managed really. I mean, the constraint isn't there, but we've already got enough information on the ND.
Climb flight level 360 and cross Trent flight level 320 or above.
Thank you very much. Climb flight level 360 and cross Trent 320 or above. Shuttle 6 Lima. So that's not a problem. We can do that thrust climb. And, so yeah, it's thinking Trent's about 3.3 to 3.4, so 3.20. The problem with using the constraints in the vertical bit in the climb is it may not make it, and you know, you could get yourself into quite a low speed situation to try and achieve that constraint, which isn't really desirable. You don't really want that in a climb. So you know, you've got enough information here, and you know, you've got predictions as well to top of the climb as well in terms of distance. So just use the information you've got in front of you, and if you can't make a constraint, if you can't do it, then you just tell ATC. You know, again, ATC want you to sort of do things, but you know, if you can't achieve that, then you know, you just say, you know, you're unable.
Turkish 9
you know, that's the best you can do.
London Control 135.8.
135.8, Turkish 9.
Had I been a little bit lighter, a bit more of a headwind, you know, it might have been possible. But yeah, that's not the case. Right, well, I think I've done everything up here. That's all done. That's all done, ready to go. I suppose drive can be on 2 now. Just monitor that. Need to have a look at the arrival as well, because it's a pretty short flight this, but short one to get back. I don't want Edinburgh. Glasgow approach is
411, thank you. Route direct
let's 23. The arrival is, what was it? I see it when I know when I see it. Rebo 1 Golf. I think that was it.
To
Charts Airport.
That's outside
that one.
So if you continue on
where's my
Unicom,
parking
well,
charts?
your departure on Unicom 122.8, and if you want to service, contact 135.8.
Good. So should be landed on 23. Vacate probably either Delta or Echo, one of those two. Parking stands, all the domestic stuff from Glasgow is all on this pier here. So I would expect, there's probably no ATC, but if there was, I'd probably expect to come off down Golf and Kilo and on one of these stands. Pretty straightforward arrival. Ribble, and that goes way down to Lanark, and there's usually radar vectors from Lanark. I don't think there's a procedure. Have a look, I just have to maybe radar vector ourselves with a bit of a height range to think about. But is that I would like
hotel arrival, squawk 0,
nice if there was a sort of radar vector chart.
Speedbird 301, turn right heading 150 degrees.
No, I would just have to radar vector ourselves, that's not too much of a problem.
Turn right heading 150 degrees, Speedbird 301.
Argentina 0101, turn right heading 260
Hey Yvonne, how you doing?
360 to the right.
260.
Right, it's converted to a Mach now, so again, so the turbulence penetration speed is about 7.6.
Careful 6 Lima, report your cleared level to London Control on 133.7, bye-bye.
Thank you very much, report cleared level to London 133.7, shuttle 6 Lima, thanks, have a good day, speak to you in a bit.
You too, bye.
337. So again, like imagine I turned that over, got it wrong. If I then put the right frequency in this one, I've lost the previous frequency, and if that new frequency is wrong, then I can't go back to the guy and say what's wrong. So yeah, if you always get it wrong, just swap it back, and then put the new correct one back in, because you've still got London, and then you can try it, and then if that's wrong, you still go back to the previous frequency.
It's radar vectors. You can't fly the vectors, you probably have to disconnect, I'm afraid. Roger that, I'll fly radar vectors.
Right, that's Trent 24 miles,
so
we
fly
should
heading
be able to do that.
045 as instructed.
Let's go 76. Hello Control, very good afternoon to you, Shuttle 6 Lima. We're climbing flight level 360 to be 320 above at Trent, and we are direct to Trent.
Shuttle 6 Lima, roger, good afternoon.
So that's good, so we've gone 7.6 now just to help us. We should be 320 above at Trent, so again that's not a problem. Very short cruise sector here, which is pretty much what it's like on the domestics. Pretty good managed climb, there's no constraints to worry about. So again, struggling to sort of accelerate. at this sort of altitudes, which it's very
Golf
similar,
Romeo
consistent.
Alpha, surface wind at Norwich,
Expect it to be a little bit
1
better.
2 knots from me, 27 clear to land.
27 clear to land.
Let's just get above 320 like we said we were going to do.
Scandinavian 5 Mike, it's radar control service. Descend to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 10.
It's one of those flights where you get to cruise and you got to go down again.
QNH 1011, Scandinavian 5 Mike.
Easy 156 Tango, turn right, heading 090 degrees.
090 degrees, easy 156, thanks.
So where are we? East Mids, that's just below us. Somewhere. Where the clouds, somewhere down there. Birmingham's a bit further on. Oh, we got contrails. Nice. I don't think I've seen them before. Interesting. Right, there we go, above 320 now, so that's fine. We can go back to managed speed. Get the cabin on. It's actually a really short flight, this. What I want to do after this is do a control settings, control sensitivity things video, which I will just record and probably post. I won't sort of do it live. The reason for that is because I did do one last week, but I need to sort of edit it really, and I couldn't really edit it on the PC, so I've got my Mac, which has got some video editing software. So I should hopefully be able to edit things a bit better once I've recorded the video. If you wing views and cabin views are all working, I need to work out how to use the replay software. I do have it, I just haven't actually played with it.
UC 512 vacated runway 83 right. UC 512, contact Manchester ground on frequency 121.850, goodbye.
Come on, fatty, get up there. Do we have any Scottish control? Probably not.
Easy 156 Tango 10 to altitude 3,000 feet.
Oh, we've got Scottish control as well, that's nice. It's almost like a full VATSIM day. It's almost being like at work. This is actually real people to speak to.
Scandinavian 5 Mike, turn right, heading 290 degrees, 1 step is localized there, runway 32 to St. Glide path.
Oh, let's get a Scottish control online, because at least they can give us radar vectors then. You short of mods today. How do you mean, Willie? Do you feel for the domestic guys? Not much time to breathe. No, it's not. I mean, it's hard work. Domestic. There's usually 4 sectors as well. So, you know, it's yeah, busy stuff. Not so bad when you've got lovely weather, because you know there's not really much thinking involved, because it's a nice day and you just go up and down and back and forth between the places.
6887,
but when you've got bad weather, you know, invariably it sometimes means the FOs can't even land because it might be out there crossing limits. So you know, you do work really hard because you're almost doing the majority of the sectors, or majority of the landings at least. So yeah, it can be a little bit hard work at times. Right, I'm not going to get too worried about the weather once we get to top of climb. I'll just have a look on the EFB for the arrival in the alternate, because we've already looked at the weather on the ground, and that's pretty good. Do one quick fuel check before we go down, and have a quick look at the arrival. Oh, the accent's back. I can't do Scottish. Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt Scottish. It's yeah, it's one of my accents that is probably the worst out of all of them. I mean, most of the accents are really bad, but it is probably one of the really bad ones.
Easy 156 Tango, turn right, heading 180.
Right, it's gone up to 2,000 to go.
Turn right 180, descend 2,000.
Quick look, arrival.
And right now, 6887.
We've got an ATIS, which is interesting. 1150.
Keegan, that heading. You turn
a little bit out of date.
Find the heading.
Anyway, 23 on 30 at 6 apparently.
KH 101. Correction, 1009.
Good viz, bit of overcast, few TCUs, 15 degrees. KH 1007. 007. Scottish Control. Yeah, fine. So, Charlie. And I'm sure the alternate. Oh, we use 2-4, again, nice winds, good, nice and clear, a few clouds. So yeah, we know Edinburgh's fine. So the weather's all good, I'm not going to look at the other ones.
Control Jersey, 1 Echo Papa holding Delta.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste time on things I don't need to. I live in Scotland and I can't do Scottish. Comes out by accident. Yeah. Mac out star.
Jersey 1 Echo Papa, Viaduct 1, enter backtrack, line at runway 32, landing traffic at 12
right, so
miles.
this is Pole Hill, so Manchester's just on the left.
Landing off the back track to runway 32 and final long turn 1-2 miles, Jersey 1 Echo Papa.
We see Manchester.
Can you share? Request to share.
Nope, don't think so. Right, out cruise.
Roger. Descend
That's on below.
130 and it's radar at this approach for runway 32 now at least.
That's done. That's done.
That's
done. Where are you? EG PF23.
Flight heading 185.
Performance. Let's have a quick look at this.
185 up in the share.
QNH is 1.
Easy 15.
007.
Right heading
15 degrees.
degrees. Clear out approach for runway 27.
1306.
26 degrees. Clear out 27.
I'll keep it config full, give it a go in config full.
Good morning, Ryanair Team Member
Look
Tango.
at the minimums in seconds, so are we about 7 minutes above CNR?
Hello, via Mike 1.
So maybe just enough to give it a go. Weather's nice at Glasgow anyway, so I don't really see any other reason to go anywhere else. Secondary is a copy.
Ryanair 6887, turn right heading
090
degrees, descend to altitude 3,000 feet.
Quick fuel check.
Descending 2,000 for Ryanair 6887.
Jersey 1 Echo Papa on turnaround, clear takeoff, 716 degrees, 7 knots.
So Pole Hill should be about 22 minutes, and we took a little bit of extra fuel, so 200 contingency plus another 200 is about 400, so it should be about 3 tonnes at Pole Hill.
Easy 156 Tango 7,
22 minutes.
14 degrees, 8 knots, runway 27.
So 23 is maybe a minute or so behind, and we said 3, so yeah, maybe just a tiny little bit less. But not too bad, we're still above effectively CNR, because it says, what's that, 2.5, yeah, it's 2.5, 2.6 is CNR fuel, so yeah, we're about 300 above that, which makes sense, which is basically what it confirms about here. Alright, let's have a quick look at the arrival. Again, busy this, so apologies if I don't actually see any chat. So here we are. What's it? River 1 Golf. Speed limits, a couple of speed limits to adhere to. So what's that? Ribble Niska, 260 at Aslib, 200 at, is it Idogi, and then Lanark. Constraints are on. Quick look. Ribble Niska, there you go, 260, there's the constraints. Nippy, 200s, speed limit, and Lanark. And then I've basically tied it up. Now I'll probably expect radar vectors to be fair.
Even 5 mics, 16 degrees.
We just have to be aware that after Lanark that's the clearance limit point. We probably expect radar vectors after that. So that's looking good. ILS, what do we got for the MSAs? 5,000 is the MSA.
1,500
India Oscar DME is co-located with that. 3,000 is approach.
Hello, climb for level 190.
And platform's 2,900 feet. Minimum's 221. This is fine.
Descend, crash and descent to altitude 2,000 feet.
Descending 2,000 for Ryanair
221. That's in. Config full. I think
Jersey 1 Echo
Lord of brake should be fine.
Report passing altitude and turn left heading to 70 degrees.
So yeah, pretty straightforward ILS, sort of flat 1 maybe on base, flat 2 as we get on the glide gear down about 5 miles. Flat 3 and 4 after that, and yeah, vacating most likely. Probably won't make Delta, probably be Echo or Foxtrot, and then in Golf, and then most likely Kilo, that's probably where they should send us. That's the domestic stuff, so if we get anything other than that.
Contact London Control, frequency, correction, Scottish Control, frequency 135.525, goodbye.
Scottish Control now, 135.525, Shuttle 6 Lima, got it, speak to you later. So 135, 525.
Seabird 24 inbound.
Scottish.
And the flight level 300.
That's about as far as my Scottish accent goes.
Hold Delta 1.
Scottish Control, good afternoon. Shuttle 6 Lima, flight level 360, direct to Ribble. And they're expecting, is it Ribble 1 Golf?
Lufthansa 1 Alpha Bravo, taxi Foxtrot Alpha Delta 1.
Shuttle 6 Lima, Scottish, good afternoon. What's your wind ready? Descend flight level 290.
When ready to send flight level 290, Shuttle 6 Lima. Good, so it's not going down yet, but we're
818, ready to push and start.
prime it. So we got 290 blue.
Easy 818, push and start approach, facing off.
And top of drop is just after Niska.
Copy, push and start approach, facing north, QNH 1007, easy 818.
So 1007 is what we need.
205, holding Foxtrot.
That's done.
Fraction 205, what's your hold position, Pakistan by 1.
That's done. And
Hold position, 205.
that's done.
Fraction 205, rapid departure, standard.
This is a real world flight, guys, as well. So the real world aircraft was a little bit ahead of me, so I'm a little bit slow. But yeah, I think that's already landed.
Fraction 205, hold position after departure, standard noise abatement, then left turn direct, bad no. Fraction
Not too
205,
sure what the call sign is for the other one.
Fraction 205, go ahead.
Fraction 205, hold position after departure, standard noise abatement, then left turn direct, bad no.
Roger, after departure, flight direct, Vatno, noise abatement. Fraction 205.
Fraction 205, correct. Fire Foxtrot, enter backtrack, line up and wait runway 23, report ready.
Clear to backtrack on runway 23, report when ready. Fraction 205.
Easy 1 Bravo November, surface wind 190 degrees 9 or
I think that's it. I think it's the 1483.
6924, easy 1 Bravo.
Must be the Shuttle 7 Zulu return. I assume that's it anyway. Don't make any difference. Right, let's have a quick look at these. Is this working yet? No, it's not. No, okay, so engines, they're all good. Still got the oil. Bleed's all good. Pressurization is good. Electrics are good.
0221, descend for level 1.
Fuel, 1.9, 2 tons. What's that? 4.8, 4.7. Yeah, that's good. So it's balanced, no leaks. EPU's on, off. Temperature's good. Doors, wheels, and the flight controls, they're all good. So that's fine. Alright, let's start going down. So, descent 290 blue.
Copy, my mate. Report visual with Fenix going.
Okay, copy, mate.
So I think we're well ahead of schedule anyway. So what was it? 13:15 is the estimated arrival time, or scheduled arrival time. So yeah, we're well ahead of it. So once I finish the streamer, we'll have to disconnect from VATSIM, come back on again as a new call sign, and we'll have to do sim brief very quickly. So just bear with me once we've landed, just to get that all sorted. Should turn this back on really so it can charge.
Seven 270 Alpha, Shanwick offline, of Unicom 122 noise.
EVA 180 taxi.
EVA 18 taxi, Golf Mike Alpha, hold Delta 1.
Golf Mike Alpha, Alpha 1 for runway 24, EVA 18.
Still haven't had a failure to deal with yet, which is interesting.
It'd
be quite nice to have a failure, just to have a look at it. Even if it's just a minor one.
Surface wind 190 degrees 9 knots, runway 2.
Not that I like failures, but certainly it'd be good for the stream, I suppose.
Runway 24, clear for takeoff.
Fraction 205, when you're ready, the surface wind 180 degrees 9 knots, runway 23, clear takeoff.
Runway 23, clear for takeoff, fraction 205.
Shuttle 6 Lima, continue the descent, flight level 180.
Oh dear. This is funny, right?
Continue the descent, flight level 180.
Sorry, was that for Shuttle 16? I wasn't paying attention.
Shuttle 6 Lima, from wind red, continue the descent, flight level 180.
Thanks very much. Continue to descend, flight level 180, Shuttle 16. Yeah, I missed that because I was laughing. So there we go, 180 blue. Oh no, it isn't. That's 26.
1 November going around there.
That's done. There you go, open set 180 blue. That'll be fine. Yeah, so this is interesting. So my missus has got a pair of, they're called muck boots. So they're basically sort of soft wellies, which have always been good for us for sort of walking and doing the dog and doing various other things. And there was a hole in them. And I only bought them, I think, last year, just before Christmas. So she's only had them for a Christmas present and only worn them like 2 or 3 months at the start. I have had a few. Couple of major failures, nothing too bad. No engine failures, but a few things I've had. Anyway, so there's a hole in the boots, which is obviously letting water in because they're sort of rubber. And I emailed them, said, look, we've only had these a few months, really. In fact, we've only worn them a few months. You know, is there anything that can be done? And they emailed back saying, the quality control team have had a look at it and basically deemed it not to be a manufacturing fault. It's just where the rubber has dried out after it's got wet. So I replied back and I basically said, you have to be joking, don't you? They're wellies, aren't they designed to get wet? They're designed to sort of go and actually be used outdoors when the weather's shit. And if it's cracked after they've got wet, surely they're not really fit for purpose. And not only that, how on earth are we supposed to keep boots after they've got wet? So have they got to be kept permanently wet so the rubber doesn't crack? You know, just basically had a bit of a laugh, really, thinking, surely your products aren't that shit, where you can't even get them wet when they're designed to sort of be going outdoors. Anyway, so I've had a reply saying, really sorry to hear about your experience. Further to sending the images of your boots, the quality control team have reviewed the pictures and deemed the issue as a manufacturing fault. There's a surprise. So we can either get a refund or something else. But, I mean, you would have lost it. Well, I was quite calm. I did sort of, I said, I'm not being rude, but I mean, this is quite hilarious. I mean, who says that you get a hole in some wellies after they've been, they've probably been worn 20 or 30 times, not much, because obviously they're not really worn during the summer. And then they say, well, they've got wet and they've cracked, so it's not a problem, it's just wear and tear. I mean, what a load of shit. You know, they're wellies. You know, they're designed to get wet. You know, they're not designed to be worn in the dry, nice weather during the summer. Anyway, they've obviously had a rethink and decided to do something about it, but... You know, I was very calm. I was in an email. I wasn't sort of swearing or doing anything else. You know, just being quite sort of facetious, I suppose. To think, well, surely your products aren't really fit for purpose if that's it. And of course, you know, they shot themselves in the foot because they've said, you know, they've got wet and it's cracked when it's dried out. But surely that would be under the definition of the Trades Descriptions Act of something that is fit for purpose. You know, if something doesn't work after it's got wet and it's supposed to be a wellie, surely that just proves it's not fit for service. I mean, they sort of shot themselves in the foot a little bit. But anyway, that seems to be resolved. I need to message the missus actually and say, right, we get a refund. Yeah, quite funny. There we go. Just a pencil pushing rep trying to pawn it off. Yeah, it's... yeah. I know. I mean, it happens all the time, isn't it? Companies never really accept accountability for things sometimes. It's only when you go, you know, are you joking? You know, seriously, this isn't good. And I did say, like, I just opened a formal complaint up, because I thought, if I open a formal complaint up and it goes to the Ombudsman, surely the Ombudsman will probably have a laugh at that as well. But anyway, it seems to be resolved with somebody else. I just realised I'm not really paying any attention to ATC. Right, what are we doing? Well below the profile. Let's just go VS. Probably don't need to go quite so low. Right, speed VS. How low are we? 13 feet. 1300 feet below 180. Is that a constraint? I can't actually remember.
Is that for the
not really. 200. Well, he's cleared us 180, so this constraint doesn't really affect us anymore. So, what are we? 220, 230. Yeah, so he said 10 flight level 180, so this constraint can basically be disregarded. If he said maintain or descend flight level 180, but keep the constraints, 200 a doggy, then I would have done it. But because he's given me flight level 180, this constraint effectively is now null and void. We don't need to comply to it.
London 133.7, easy 2520.
But yeah, that's the clearance limit points. We won't go any further than that. There's a hold there if we need to, but we will expect radar vectors probably like around there. There's a bit of high terrain. That was what I was going to look at. Where's my brief? There it is. Should have had a quick look at it, really. Have a very quick look now. Where we go? Glasgow. So there's not too much really in the brief, it's relatively straightforward. So Cat B due to the terrain in the approach, and there's obviously terrain to the west and the northeast, that's close to the centre line of 2-3. Tailwinds on approach potentially. Descent flight level 140, shuttle 6 Lima. 140 blue. Due to the range above 1,000 foot gate should be based on the touchdown zone elevation. That's interesting, worth briefing. So what are we? 1,000 foot is going to be based off this, which is
6 Lima, fly heading 335, vectoring ILS 24, number 2.
Heading 335, vectoring for the ILS of 23, number 2, shuttle 6 Lima. So heading, good, we'll tidy this up in a second, yeah, so 1,000 foot because of the terrain, we can do 1,200 feet. F-word lights and does not independently select stop bars, don't care about that, some of the factors. Speed and the turn being reported on taxiway Golf link, beam links, okay, let's watch the speeds, laser attacks, don't worry about that this time of day. Strong south-southwesterly winds, turbulence, wind shear, expecting final approach to 2-3 due to the terrain, uplifts, birds, risk is a hazard as well. So, what's the wind? What did I say it was? 130, so yeah, it's not too bad, it's quite so calm. So, Pappy's 3 degrees, 2-3. Don't know about that. Right, good, yeah, so there's not really too much there, just terrain's the main thing. So, yeah, 5,000's obviously there'll be minimum radar factor in heights as well, but 2,900 is the platform. Just be considerate of this terrain to the north.
81 Bravo November, turn left heading 320 degrees.
Right, let's see. I won't do it too yet. I might do the centre line, which we can do that direct. I'm trying to think how I can do it. So it's radial in, I think. Just this set up slightly differently to what it is on our aircraft, and that'd be what's that? 048. So I'll try it. Let's just copy that, just so I don't completely cock it up. Oh, what have I done? Yeah. Direct. Secondary copy. Flight plan. Direct.
I got through Mike Phil in sight.
048. This should, if it works, extend the centre line.
Consequently, if you change for conflict Mike, cheers.
That's going to go into nav and arms, which is what it should do. So it's done. Yeah, there we go. So the centre line has been extended. Let's get the terrain radar on. Weather's looking pretty good. Terrain's probably the bigger threat here. It's 18,000 feet, that's good. Still probably below the profile.
Descent flight level 90, turn left 325.
Descent flight level 90, left turn 325, shuttle 6 Lima. Right, 90 blue, again, apologies for not paying any attention to the chat. Just not descent. Putting Airbus on car terminal, exact argument. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, it's not healthy, is it? What's going on with that relationship?
6 Bravo Zulu back.
Easy 818 requesting to leave the cockpit for around 5 minutes.
What am I doing?
Easy 1 Bravo November, turn left heading 275, clear down left approach runway 24.
Left 275, clear down left 24, easy 1 Bravo November.
Yeah, I'm not sure what aircraft I'm supposed to be in on the way back. 7 Zulu? Is it 7 Zulu? 7 oh, it's 7 something. The return flight is 7 something. There you go, what should I be? 7, pick any letter between A and Z, and I'll be that.
Spirit 74 Tango, Scottish Hello, clear in Belfast, Boston 1 Charlie, squawk 05.
Getting hungry now. I think we might have lunch on the turnaround.
Clear to Belfast, where goes on 1 Charlie, departure, squawk 0570.
So another aircraft up there. I do like the contrails in this. It's nice to see that other aircraft are
Panda 1
about.
Alpha Bravo, turn right heading 190 degrees.
So the arrival's sort of going off a bit off track here over here, but what's that? Gridmore is a fine 4. So again, we're nice and safe. We can see the ground is sort of VMC. We can see it through the clouds.
Lufthansa 1 Alpha Bravo, turn right heading 190 degrees.
And what's the track mileage we got?
Shadow 6 Lima, you have 4 or 5 track miles to touchdown. Descend to flight level 80.
Thank you very much. Descend flight level 80, Shuttle 6 Lima. So there we go, 4 or 5 miles, and we're just under 15,000 feet. So we're pretty much bang on profile for the descent, but we've got to slow down. So I'm just going to go selected speed, turn that up a little bit, just so we're getting a little bit lower. This is maybe a little bit over. It's not quite 51, it's 45, so approach phase activated. Let's get the girls strapped in, girls and boys, so seatbelts are on.
Channel 6 Bravo Zulu.
So yeah, we're just about there on the profile, just a little bit to slow down.
When ready to descend flight level 270, level deep cross, Channel 6 Bravo Zulu.
Easy 1 Bravo November, fully established ILS 24.
Either 1 Bravo November, thanks, and we'll get you this time.
And they're going to Oscar because the ILS is identified already, which is good.
No bother, absolutely fine. Clear to land 24 easy, 1 Bravo November.
That's been a paranoia. Done all that, guard, we don't need you in there anymore.
Good, 24 when ready, descend flight level 180. Seabird 24 when ready, descend flight 180.
Alright, nobody's given me a letter yet. Are you on a VA HD? I'm not on. No, the reason I'm not is because you know, you got to kind of sort of commit to doing things and flights. I know it's usually only one flight a month, which is, you know, perfectly achievable for me. But I don't know. I'm sort of not.
Shell 6, we have 39 track miles to touchdown. Descend to altitude 6,000 feet to the Glasgow QNH 1007.
Thank you very much. Descend 6,000 feet to Glasgow QNH 1007, Shuttle 16. So there we go, descent to an altitude. So it's at QNH. QNH is cross chat, so we got 6,000 blue, and that means we can do the approach checks as well, because we've strapped them in. So the approach checks says Barra F QNH 1007. Seatbelts are on, minimum is a Barra of 221, and auto brake is low, and the FBs are stowed and disconnected. Yeah, I wouldn't mind, I don't mind doing it, it's just, I don't know, I'm very sort of spontaneous in what I do in terms of the flights, and you know, I was looking today, like there's a couple of sceneries that I want to get, Dubrovnik and Zakynthos, and they're both on offer, I think, on like the marketplace or Orbex. So I'm going to sort of try and take advantage of the sale, because I think they finish in about 5 days. So I'm trying to get scenery that's a little bit cheaper when it can. Right, we're 12 degrees for the temperatures, don't need the anti-ice, which is fine. So yeah, I kind of sort of like say a bit more spontaneous things, which, you know, I prefer, I suppose. Right, I don't think we need quite high rated descents. That's VS. What do we got? We've got 20 miles. We've got about 5,000 feet to lose. We need 50 miles for that. So yeah, we're actually doing pretty good. In fact, we should have slowed down as well. Oops. Sorry, forgot that.
Without control, fraction 205.
250. 250 below 10. Naughty, naughty.
Panda 1 Alpha Bravo, Scottish.
So Glasgow's appearing in the distance now.
Panda 1 Alpha Bravo.
Runway's over here somewhere.
270. Confirm direct in cross.
These don't have any commitments. So okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do that, Mark. But again, I'd have to remain anonymous. Well, I mean, I don't have to remain anonymous, but I'd obviously have to remain anonymous. If my real name went on there, then obviously I wouldn't put my streaming alias. But yeah, I don't know. It's maybe something in the future I'll start getting a bit bored. I do need to upload the new SOP document as well. That is something I've been promising that for a long time. I just haven't really got round to it. But I will do that because that's basically finished. There's a couple of things I need to do in respect to speed that star. A couple of additional things to just sort of 321s or flat things. Smell the Clyde.
Left on heading 320 degrees.
Left 320 degrees.
So a little bit of dark clouds, but I'm not too worried about that. It's nothing really convective. RTCU's I think forecast, but I mean it looks okay, a little bit dark. But at this low level.
Lima descent altitude 3,500 feet.
Descent 3,500 feet, shuttle 6 Lima. So 3,500, let's get that, pull. So we've got loads of space now.
Easy run.
3,500 blues, just need to slow down, which you probably should start doing now. In fact, I might just go manage speed. I know he hasn't given me any speed controls, but...
Under 1723, hello, clearance Gatwick, Gotham 1 Charlie, squawk 2.
I'm just going to bring it back. So 3,500 feet should be intercepting the ILS at about sort of 10 miles at that sort of height, so may descend a little bit lower for the platform.
CD1723, correct.
We'll just keep an eye on it, try and get the CD8 as best we can. 15 miles, obviously a bit more because we're sort of doing a dog leg.
CDC24, Scottish, standby 1.
Floaters or SNAM known between me.
Still contact London Control 133.7 below.
Thrust levers are sort of in the right place. Yeah, come on. Looks like the altimeter has stalled a bit there, but...
024, fly heading 340 degrees, descend flight level 90.
Right, what's the temperature? 13 degrees, so going through the clouds, temperature would normally drop a little bit. Just keep an eye on that, make sure it doesn't go to 10 or below. But I think it should be okay. So yeah, definitely a little bit of cloud around.
But Alpha Bravo, continue to left.
A little bit pixelated. It'd be nice if this was a little bit better. But you know, if I had a better GPU, it probably would be.
240.
75 returns from Glasgow. Is that how many passengers there are? Oh, 7S, sorry. Oh god, my eyes so shit. 7S, yeah, that's a good one. There we go.
221, welcome taxi, stand 21.
Shuttle 7 Sierra. Oh, you just want me to do a tongue tie, don't you? Shuttle 7 Sierra. Ah, I can do that.
Bravo November, welcome taxi.
Right, this is looking pretty good. So flat 1, so we check flat 1.
Foxtrot stand 1.
Get the landing lights on.
Left Alpha, Foxtrot stand 1 for easy 1 Bravo November.
Yeah, I'm on.
Shuttle 5 X-ray contact London Control 133.7 dollars.
Ah, yeah.
337, thanks.
Shit spots. Still good. It's for 1,000 to go.
Speedbird 24 requesting leave the cockpit for 3 minutes.
324, roger.
Alright, speed 180. Kenny's not giving us any speed control, so I'm just going to do what I want.
Shell 6 Lima, turn left heading 275, wind localized established, runway 23%, left to right path.
Left turn 275, on the substructure of the glides. Sorry, on the substructure of the localized zone of the glide, shuttle 6 Lima. Right, so he's clear for this approach, basically. We're all looking pretty good.
Bravo, climb flight level 320.
He hasn't cleared us to descend though, so glide slope blue, lock blue, cat 3 dual, BP 1 and 2, so just keep it nice and shallow. What are we doing? So, yeah, we're actually a little bit high, aren't we? In fact, I might just go down to 29, which is the platform. Let's go flat 2 as well, since we're a little bit high.
Thunder 1 Alpha Bravo, just let me know when you can accept a direct to Dean Cross.
So there might be a glide slope inset from above, so long needs to be armed to do that, and then we can do VS down to about 1,500 feet. And 180 knots flat 2 is a good config to be in, just to capture the glide slope. So we are getting there.
Bravo heading 240. Course Delta Sierra Charlie.
Delta Charlie Sierra, just let me know when you can accept a direct.
Right, there we go. Glide slope start, lock start. What's the missed approach? I forgot already. Missed approach was 3,000.
ID 324, have a clearance when you're ready.
So 3,000 is blue, so yeah, it's all tight vector in that.
CDC24 clearance,
bit naughty.
Radio
altimeter's alive. Been a little bit slick. Let's go 160. Don't think there's any tower.
CDC24 correct.
Temperature's still fine.
Turn right heading 260 degrees.
Bit of rain. That's to be visual.
Alright,
so have some guesses on the landing rate. Let's see what we're going to get. I'm going to say minus 210.
Easy 18, Roger.
Lovely Glasgow
Easy
weather.
1 Bravo November is on stand, ends up on stand 1014 was occupied on my screen.
Roger, thanks for flying, apologies for that. See you.
No bother, thanks, mate.
Yeah, typical Glasgow weather this one.
120 degrees 6 knots, runway 23, clear land.
186, yeah, that's... Well, you're less than 200, you've got a lot of faith, haven't you? Right, let's get the gear down.
Shuttle 6 Lima, surface wind 2, correction, 120 degrees 6 knots, runway 23, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 23, shuttle 6 Lima. Good, that's done. That's done.
Under 1 Alpha Bravo, climb flight level
clearance. Spoilers, flap 3, switch check flap 3.
Under 1 Alpha Bravo, climb
And
flight
flap
level
4, switch
3.
check flap 4, landing checklist. Where am I? Cabin is secure for landing. Going altitude 3,000 feet is set, and ECOM landing no blues. Landing checks complete. What's the speed? VLS is about 131. 131, that looks good, consistent. Bit of ground speed minute going on, that's fine. Now we've been clear to land. So 1,000 feet off the Barrow.
Echo.
So a little bit lumpy there, it's about 1,000 feet there. So we're minus 250. Oh, fuck. Oh, to be fair, you might be fine. At a minus 70, I had minus 59, didn't I? I think in Lisbon.
SBO24, turn right heading 060 degrees.
I mean, that's quite rare. You should have seen the landing I did yesterday, Jesus.
Right heading 060 degrees, back to the LS 350.
Houston, we had landed, I think.
Alpha Bravo, resume on navigation, direct beam cross.
Right, a little bit of wind from the left, maybe tiny little bit of tailwind, that's fine. Disconnecting the autopilots. See how well this flies. This is the first time I've flown this actually, the new update, so it'll be interesting to see what it's like. 500 stable.
Good afternoon, descent 619 Romeo, flight level 280 inbound cross. 1007, you have approximately 37 track miles to touchdown.
So again, just focus on that picture. Try and keep 2 reds, 2 whites, a little bit high, just correcting. Yeah, a little, why are we getting so high?
Descent to altitude 4,000 feet.
Sense copies. Yeah, copies.
4,000.
Don't know why that's, yeah, it's fine.
30, 20, retard.
Oh, that's shit.
Coast Control, good afternoon, easy 619 Romeo, flight level 280, overhead cross.
Right, spoilers reverse green.
Easy 619 Romeo, Scottish, hello.
Come on, there's a reverse, come on. Max reverse, decel.
Under 1 Alpha Bravo, climb flight level 350.
Yeah, that was interesting, that didn't flare at all. Manual brakes.
Flight level 350.
I didn't really like that. That was not very good. A bit of testing is required, I think. Oh, that's what it's like in Heathrow.
ED18 London, Foxtrot just offline with Unicorn 122 decimal 8, bye-bye.
Well, that was weird, because I sort of went to flare and pulled back, and like nothing happened.
ED18 Unicorn 122 decimal 8, bye-bye.
Oh, sorry, EVA18, that's
oh, come
correction,
on.
Unicorn 122 decimal 8, bye-bye.
Right, where do you want me to park, buddy? Oh, I don't want to turn those off. Done, done. Flaps. Scottish shuttle 6 Lima, we have definitely landed. Where do you want us to park?
Shuttle 6 Lima, welcome taxi stand 19.
Stand 19, shuttle 6 Lima. Okay, there. Yes, domestic P, that's fine. Sort of what we expect. What was that? I mean, that was yeah, I just went to flare and like nothing really happens. I mean, the approach was... this is what annoys me. It sort of goes high. I don't understand why it goes high in the last sort of few hundred feet. Like, I went sort of 3 whites there, had to put the nose down to sort of get back onto it. Then got the sink rate caution. Oral.
And we're using runway 09
and,
at Dundee.
you know, sort of try to correct it in the flare, and then just nothing happens. So, I don't know. It's yeah, needs a bit more practice. But it goes high, and I don't understand why it goes high. And I've noticed this all the time, where you've got to sort of almost push the aircraft down, which you shouldn't have to do. You know, as soon as you're on the glide slope and you've set your attitude, you know, you don't really have to use much pitch to keep on it. Excuse me. Generally speaking, anyway.
024, you have 21 track miles.
Right, so 19's on this corner here.
Left had a 345 024.
Yeah, it did sort of drop.
London offline, Unicom 122
Right, anyway, that's all done straight, so they should be off.
Unicom, thank you for
Done the rest of it.
Bye-bye.
Done that.
Driver 713 Sierra Bravo, happy with the RMP approach for runway 09.
Right, so 19 is here.
November 713 Sierra Bravo, you happy with the RMP approach for runway 09?
RMP approach for
That's
November 71 Sierra Bravo, Roger. When you can, route direct Avgex, India, Victor, Golf, Echo, X-ray.
Alright, taxi lights off, brake pressure is good, APU is available.
November 713 Sierra Bravo, it's for the RMP 09, Avgex, India, Victor, Golf, Echo, X-ray.
Yeah, all got a marshaller. There we go, it's something.
Echo, Victor, Golf, Echo.
Alright, see how good he is.
Speedbird 74 Tango, Headstand 9er, request startup and pushback.
74 Tango, push and start approved, face east, QNH 1007.
Push and start approved, face east, QNH 1007.
Done.
Speedbird 74
Right. Platting brakes on. I think we've had 3 minutes. Yeah, we would have had 3 minutes by now. APU is there. 1's off. 2's off. That's gone. That's off.
EDC 24, push and start approved, face north, QNH.
That's done. That's done.
Aberdeen 1009.
Brake pressure's holding. That's fine. 1 out of 12.
ED 1723, southwest wind 200 degrees, 10 knots, runway 24, clear takeoff.
Done. Fuel pumps are off. And below 10%. Good. Done. Deboard, yes.
ED 619, Romeo, when ready, descend, flight level 140.
Services. Hopefully, good. Jetty's there. Good. Done. Good, right, that's the first bit done.
ED 619, Romeo, descend, flight level 140.
It was around minus 450. Jesus. Yeah, so let them up. No worries. God, yeah, that was bad. That wasn't good. Yeah, that was a weird one. It just didn't seem to flare. You know, I sort of got there last sort of 30 feet, sort of pulled back on the stick, and yeah, it just didn't seem to happen. So, but you know, I blame that for getting high in the sort of last few hundred feet, which sort of destabilised me a little bit. I was almost close to going around from that because I didn't really like it too much, but I thought I could rescue it, and then went to flare in the last sort of few hundred feet, and it just sort of didn't really work. So, yeah, that wasn't fantastic, but you know, I think that's just showing off how the Fenix model is maybe not quite responding how it should do, or how the aircraft, you know, how the aircraft would normally respond, and how much sort of input I needed. But yeah, it'd be interesting to sort of see Heathrow, see how good or bad that one is. I might stick flat 4 again, just because you know, it'd be interesting to practice rather than use flat 3, which I'd normally do in sort of Heathrow. But yeah. We'll give it another go. We'll go back to Heathrow and see what it's like. So, what do we... Shuttle 7 Sierra, that's what we're going to do. So, just going to call Fat Sim a little bit and come back on very quickly. So, disconnect, connect, 7 Sierra. Oh, I love that. Such a tongue twister, isn't it? So there we come back on as Shuttle 7 Sierra. Let's get SimBrief opened up. Let's give that another go and get that filed. New flights. BA. What was the flight number? The one on the flight radar seems...
CD1723, report your passing altitude to climb now, flight level 2.
Sort of reciprocal.
Passing 4,000 feet and climb now, flight level 250, easy 1723.
Let's go 1499. I don't know. There's a 1499. There was another one. There was.
Survey 02 at
Was it that one? 1483. It might be 1483. I think it's the 1483. I think that's the same aircraft that I had earlier. Very Glasgow.
What's your location?
There we go in Heathrow.
Large air.
Gatwick be the alternates.
Echo Golf. Delta.
Today, what time are we going to be departing? Let's go 45 again. That gives us plenty of time to have a look at it. 45, same airframe. Sierra Kilo. Cruise, yeah. So Shuttle 7 Sierra.
Top down. Are you looking
12327 right. What time are we going to get there? We're probably going to be getting there at 2 o'clock. We're going to be 27 left, isn't it? Because they swap over at 3. So 27 left. Altitude, passengers, all over freight. Anyway, let's put.
I don't cover top
some
down.
freight on again.
Depart on Unicom, and if you remain outside, control the airspace. I'll get your zone clearance once you're done.
Roger, thank you.
ADC 24 taxi Mike 9 runway 16.
Right, that's the cargo. Route, yeah, that'd be fine.
024, the surface 120 degree 10 knots, runway 24 to Atlanta.
GSS.
Runway 24, pairs 1, 024.
Good, that's done. Those are in.
Survey 02 question.
Might be a version of the Fenix. Well, I've updated the Fenix, Vincent, so it's the new updated one. But yeah, that did land a bit poorly. So it might be the latest version. But I need to. I'll give it another go in Heathrow and see what it's like. Right. Anyway, there's the new flight plan. I'll copy this. Have a laugh at the cargo. Where's me YouTube? There it is.
1723, route direct Suburb.
Route direct sub. Sorry, say it on EC1723.
Right, so here's the new OFP.
1723, route direct Suburb.
Cargo's in there again.
Direct Suburb, EC1723.
That's done. What do we got?
74 Tango requesting.
So underload's looking good.
074 Tango taxi Foxtrot, right Alpha,
ready.
Delta 1.
Glasgow, yeah, that's what I want. Good, so we're ready to go back. What's the RS is like? They are fine, they don't need it realigning.
205 Copenhagen, offline Unicom 128. Unicom 128, thank you, bye bye.
Got any ground power? We do, let's have a bit of ground power.
ED1723, continue Unicom 122.8, bye bye.
122.8, ED1.
You can come off.
Bye bye.
Alpha 123, currently at Echo Golf.
Right, that's all done. Right, parking checklist. We don't usually parking checklist, but let's do it. So parking checklist, radar unpredicted, wind shear is off, parking brake is on. Engines are off, exterior lights are as required. Fuel pumps, center tanks are off, yellow electric pump is off, and the PDs are flight mode. And bring that back on flight mode. I wonder if you can get the OFP if it's in flight mode.
November 713 Sierra Bravo, about to close, continue Unicom 122.
Ah, Scottish is about to close, that's a shame. Alright, he's back in. So, yeah, let's have a quick look at the new flight plan. Good lord, no haggis. No, it's just the iron brew and the square sausage sarnies. That's all you need. So, where do we want that one?
074 Tango traffic, still on short final runway 24.
The next flight.
Continue your departure after him, Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
So there we go, Glasgow back to Heathrow in 47 minutes. That's plenty of time to get us going. Whether I'll do in a second. Let's have a quick look at the AFB. Resync that.
That's the Speedbird 74 Tango. Continue the departure.
So there we go, Shuttle 7 Sierra. back to Heathrow. Similar before, decent unload for fuel. 37,000 feet again, might go a little bit lower, depends. Freight loaded, so yeah, 1,500 kilograms of iron brew. I should say of iron brew and square sausages. So very important bits that need to go down to the south. So that's the flight plan, pretty straightforward. 2327 left, that's what we're expecting for the arrival. Gatwick's the alternate, I'm sure that's fine.
Continue that approach on Unicom 122.8.
Definitely hazmat.
Cheers, boss. Yeah, continue. Number 1, continue, and 122.8, walk 124. Easy 619 Romeo. Cheers, thanks.
I don't want the tap on the meter.
KLM 659 checking in, hi.
So meter 1606.
Unicom 122.8.
Sorry, 1608 even. 15 degrees. 1007.
EDC 24 after departure, right turn direct left.
So we had a look at this earlier for the NOTAMs, wasn't really much anything there. So Glasgow, we're fine.
EDC 24 correct. The surface wind Aberdeen 160.
Heathrow, cranes, bright lights from a Gulf range, some stands are closed. A couple of obstacles, 27 right, set touchdown lights, so probably 27 left, so not going to affect any of us daylight.
Scottish now closing Unicom 122.8 Scottish.
See you later. Gatwick's good, searchlights, SRA not available, not going to do that. Got the taxiway closures, so again there's no real reason we can't get into Gatwick or Heathrow. Weather's all good. I know we've got 220 at 10 at the minute, so it's, yeah, a bit of a crosswind, so again it'll be interesting again with that landing. But Viz is all fine, but it's got clouds coming later, 1508. So swinging round. Maybe some rain showers later on. Gusty tomorrow. Gatwick is equally the same. Rain showers. So yeah, there's no real reason. It's all Cat 1s, that's all fine. So I don't really need to use the anti-ice too much. The other alternates are probably good. And the en route stuff is all good as well. Nice. So in terms of the fuel, I don't think there's really much of a reason to take any extra. Got a bit of underload to take it. Again, maybe a little bit of anti-ice if we need it in the descent. Maybe busy. It is Heathrow, it's FATSIM, so yeah, it could be potentially busy. Taxi fuel is good. Contingency 7200. I might round that up just in case we need to. One in case we need to go around, just because of that flare and just some of that standing. So if I cock something up and I don't like it, I want to bid it. I might want another. Enough fuel for another go. So if I say 600 extra, should be more than enough. In fact, let's put a ton just in case it's busy and you get thrown in the hold and then I cock it up. So yeah, let's just go a ton because we can take that. So let's just say 5.9. 5.9 is the fuel. So that would be a problem. Mass and balance. Everybody's got off nice and quickly. That's fine. Is that? I need to reset that, don't I? Reset that. Let's just re-import it. So hopefully this is the new weight and balance. 142. Yeah, I think that's correct. It was probably correct in the first place. So yeah, 5.9 for the fuel. And load the aircraft. Good. So that's ready, so that's got to be done. What do we got for the fuel? So I need about 2 tons extra. We can start looking at the FMGC again. So again, that's all in dates. Load this. I think it automatically imports the flight number, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. There we go. Shuttle 7 Sierra. Cost index 12. Thank you. What's the tropo? So the tropo is 37111 110. Temperature is, just write that down, 15 degrees. Yeah, that's fine. Wind, download. Departure 23. And what's the departure? Norbo 1 Hotel. Data's good. Available 27. Or did I say 27 left? Wasn't it? That's probably what we should be on. And Nurag 1 Hotel. probably by Bovingdon, I think. Yeah, it'll be by Bovingdon. That's in. That's in. Come back to that in seconds. GP. Glasgow. 23. Need to come back. Points to come back to. Let's do this. It's the cruise 37 at 61. So fuel weight is 58.7. About a tonne to Gatwick, I think it said. 1.1 to Gatwick. So hopefully this will come up about 4.8, 4.9. And we're going to take 5.9. So 5.2, a little bit more, 2.9 and an hour. Which is, yeah, a little bit more than the trip there, interesting. I wonder what's the profile is like. Yeah, as expected. Yeah, okay. Well, we're going to take more than what it thinks, so it's not a problem. 5.9. So what about take-off weight at 64.4. Come back to that in seconds. That's done. That's done. A bit of extra fuel, which is what we want. So that's going to be closer to a tonne by the time we get down there. Contingency is about 200, really. Secondary, right, what is the emergency procedure? So Glasgow 23, standard 600 feet. Left turn to the Glasgow VOR, and inbound 229. Right turns. So it's left, 600 feet left turn. Just so I remember that. So, engine fail. And Glasgow, EG, PF. C3 via Glasgow. And hold there. What was it? 229 right turns. That's the hold in. Get the performance in. KH1007. Nope. Temperature's 15. Wind is, what's that? 1608. Was it 221? I think the minimum, if you can remember. Morning, Wally. How you doing? So 221. Yeah, that's the minimums. So that's the hold basically. So if we have a problem at 1600 feet, we go left turn back to the Glasgow hold, which is VOR there and 229. So it's basically in this hold, and then we've got a procedure there to go back on the ILS if we need it. So let's have a look at the departure. Was it Norbo? I can't remember. I think it was that one, wasn't it? Yeah, that sounds right. Looks right. Norbo 1 Hotel. Yeah. So what do we got? Norbo 1 Hotel. So I think Scottish are flying now. Jet aircraft only. Yeah. So straight ahead, 6,000 is the climb altitude or climb clearance. Yeah, we should be able to comply with those without any problems. So 6,000. Good. Right, that's it. I think we're all done. Time 45. So nice and early again. Shouldn't be a problem. Interesting. What's the message? AOC. Probably an arrival. Yeah, an arrival. Good. And this is the original. Yeah, that's, so I just got to wait for the load sheets now. So yeah, they're loading, which is fine. Fuel we have. That's done. And yeah, I'll leave it as it is. Good. Well, it's a really nice airport, this. I mean, the scenery's really good. I suppose we can have a look round, can't we? Whilst we're just waiting for everything else to happen. So, let's get that. Have a quick view of Glasgow. So I like this, the textures. I was looking at the UK 2000 scenery, which was a little bit cheaper. But the textures didn't look quite as good, so I sort of splashed out a little bit more money. So, nice little view of the terminal. People in there. Just that speed so I don't go all over the place. Yeah, there we go. 19, yeah, BA. Haha. Lots of people milling around. I wonder what's down there. I guess that's probably to go airside, I'd imagine. Well, it's all very detailed, this. Walking through the terminal. Jet 2. So who's going where? Belfast City. They're Flybe, aren't they? BE. Is that Kirkwell, Amsterdam, Bristol, Gatwick? Yeah, it's all very detailed. All very good. So yeah, it seems like very nice scenery, this. All very detailed, good textures. Come on, let's go a little bit faster. Looks pretty good on the exterior, sort of outside roads and everything. Holiday Inn. Oh yeah, lots of cars. I think that's just, they've just mirrored though, haven't they? Each level looks exactly the same. So, you know, identical cars and identical levels. Was it Glasgow that they had that sort of bomb threat or something, and there was some Scottish guy just basically poleaxed a terrorist? It was just like, not in my town, mate. That's it. You're having it. So yeah, don't do anything in Scotland. You're not going to get very far, I don't think, with the locals. Holiday Inn Express, the cheaper one of the Holiday Inn, which is generally where always all the crew gets sent. Those sort of things. So yeah, sort of domestic ends, domestic terminals. Oh, a bit of oh, there you go, engineering. So if the aircraft broke, at least there'd be engineering there. Business jets. I think I flew here not that long ago. When it was what was it? There was some. He was an airport janitor. Yes, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, there was one big major golf event going on in Scotland. I can't remember what it was. But it was that week when it was going on, and this side of the runway was just chock-a-block. There was just business jets. There was about 20 business jets all parked up. I guess it was all the rich American golfers had obviously flown over and parked all their business jets that side. But yeah, no, it's good. It's nice. I like this. I'm sure if I look at the touchdown zone, there'll be some sort of crater that I've probably left as well. Here we are. Firefighting kit. That's where all the firefighters go. So yeah, very, very good. It's very worth the money, I'd say. I think it was about £20 on an Orbex, so obviously not the cheapest scenery out there, but certainly decent value for money, it seems. Oh, it's like a helipad. I didn't know that was there. I guess is that for the medical helicopter, maybe? It seems a strange place to sort of land there. Yeah, I don't know. Logan Air, Jet 2, a lot of Jet 2 stuff up here by the looks of it. God knows what this is. Enterprise, car rentals, fuel bowsers. I guess that's all the fuelers. Some crew probably checking somewhere. Hertz, oh yeah, Hertz rents cars. So yeah, it's all very good. Main highway. Is there a train station? I guess there must be a train station somewhere near Glasgow. Oh, pressing the wrong buttons. DHL. River. Oh dear. That looks a bit flooded, doesn't it? Yeah. Need a snorkel if you're going to go through that. Yeah, very good. It's just very, very nice scenery. And even the control tower. I think it's got gnats on the side because gnats control it. Yeah, there we go. No train station. Oh, there's not, is there? I thought there might have been. You know, lots of these airports do have train stations, don't they? But obviously not this one. This is what I do like doing. See, I do like it when they've got things like this and they've got the control tower. And they've got the details, so that's very good. So yeah, that's the UK AIP charts. So these are all free. If you needed like free charts for the UK, then you can get these. Just got to register and you can download them. Obviously, I use was it Navigraph and stuff, but 1404. I guess that's not. No, I was going to say that's almost like real time. It's only a few minutes off, so that'd have been funny. That'd have been good if that had kept the real time as well. So yeah, this is the view the controllers get. Guess that's the ground movement radar, I would imagine, probably, if they've got one. So this is where scenery sort of come on leaps and bounds, really, isn't it, compared to sort of years ago that we used to have. It's all this sort of detail that they get, you know, in addition to sort of the normal scenery and the taxiways and the runways. It's all this sort of ancillary type views we have and everything else, which sort of, I don't know, makes it pretty good. Certainly very immersive anyway. He must be bored. He's still holding his hands up. You'd think he'd bugger off by now. Yeah, there we go. That's the scenery for Glasgow, which is very nice. Like I said, I was going to get the Edinburgh scenery as well, but you know, that was another 20 quid, so I'm not spending 40 quid down the sim. I can't quite bring myself to it. But I get paid next week, so maybe next week. And I did want to get a couple of other sceneries which are on offer. Next week, I think Dubrovnik and St Kinthos. I was going to do like a Greek island flight or something today because it's all the end of the season. And you know, you get to the point now where you fly out to the Greek islands and there's literally no passengers. You might get 1 or 2 passengers going outbound, maybe a couple of locals that go back to the Greek island, and then that's it. So you're effectively flying an empty aircraft out, and then it's full on the way back. But I thought, no, I fancy doing like a little quick 2-sector, maybe. I thought the UK is pretty good, so it's not a particularly long flight. 800 million to build a tram to Edinburgh Airport that has a live track running past the foot of the runway. Can't make it up. Yeah, no, you see that. You do see the train in Edinburgh. Plus, it's crazy good now. You can walk around VR. Yeah, it is quite nice. It's one of the things that I do like about it. You know, it's very immersive in that respect. All right, how long have I got? Another 20 odd minutes. How are we doing for the boarding? Good. Right, I'm just going to go off there for about 5 or 10 minutes, guys. I think I'm still connected on VATSIM. Yeah, I'm just going to have some lunch. That's what I want to do. It's going to have a bit of bite to eat, get a drink, have a quick loo break. We'll have a look at the runway, see if anybody comes in or lands. Why is that? So we're still boarding and the jetty disconnects. So yeah, I'm just going to grab a sandwich and yeah, go and have a little, go to the toilet and get a drink, and I'll leave you to it. And I shall be back in about 5 or 10 minutes. So yeah, enjoy the lovely Scottish views. Right, I am back, guys. What is that Ryanair doing? Fine, I got no idea. Absolutely no idea. So I'll just have my sandwich and a yoghurt. So we are good. We've got load sheets. We do have a load sheet good. It's probably a final load sheet as well. Boarding's complete. Get rid of that. APU, let's get that on. Turn that down. That's done. Right, so let's do it on this side. It's easier. So just accept that. So it should be 58.7 slash 30.6. I think it's 30.6 on the other one, wasn't it? I think 58.7, 30.6, 5.9, 6.4. I don't think I've done the performance yet. Take off weight is about 29.3. I've done the performance, all the brief. Good, and the final load sheet is 58.8, 64.5. Basically what it is. And trim is 29.1. 30.6, yeah, so we don't need to change any of the performance, that could be fine. Good, that's done, that's done, that's done. It's done. Performance, let's have a quick look at this. So performance for Glasgow, runway 23, and yeah, okay, it may be dry, so let's just go dry, and let's go, is it Alpha? Alpha Bravo? I can't remember. Use Bravo figures. So what's Bravo? Runway 23, Bravo 2303. One, so off. 64.5. 29.1, that'll do. Sydney weather 16015, 1007, and Bravo 2303. There we go. So the runway 23, 34, 40, 40. Flaps 1, 62 degrees. 34. 140, 140, flaps 1, and 62, was it? Yep, 62. That's performance done. Right, I think we're ready to have a quick brief. Somebody spawned in on that stand. I think they need more weight in the front. Do they? Oh, for the Ryanair. So I thought you were talking about me then. Right, yeah, that's good. I think we can get rid of the GPU, can't we? APU's there, yeah. Turn that on. So get rid of that. So that's ready. The jetty, is that still attached? Looks like it. Yeah. Jetty, you can go. Right, I think we're almost ready to go, so just a very quick brief of what we're doing. Obviously going back to Heathrow. We're on sort of domestic stands there. So taxi will be straight out, sort of probably push into Lima, then out Golf Alpha Bravo, use the Bravo intersection departures. Norway 1 Hotel, which is this one, stop altitude of 6,000 feet, which is there. In terms of the flight plan, Glasgow Heathrow, Gatwick's the alternate, Shuttle 7 Sierra, 370 is the cruise, it should be okay, should be able to do that. Took a bit of extra fuel as well, so a bit of extra fuel down the other end, that's fine. Just about below max landing weight, so that's not a problem. Flight plan, Norway 1 Hotel, that's all in there. And then the flight plan 337, should be what it says, more or less. 335, yeah, good. Radnavs, left turn to Glasgow is the emergency, so go left on there. 123 to back in if we get back in. Performance, we've got NADP 223. That's all done. Fuel, we've discussed. Secondary standing up Airbus emergency. Straight ahead 60, 100 feet. Left turn back to the Glasgow VOR. To hold there, back in on 23. That's pretty much it. Don't think there's much else to say. That's all done. That's done. MSO we looked at in the way in. 5,000 should be nice and safe. 6,000 would be good. That would be fine in the hold. So, got the engine oil. Fuel. Yeah. Hydraulics. Good. And oxygen. So, let's do a quick cockpit preparation checklist. Aircraft assessment is completed. Fuel quantity is 5.9 and is balanced. Seatbelts are on. ADRS is 3 in nav, and BRF is QNH1007. So cockpit preparation checklist is complete. And so yeah, I think we're ready to go. I don't think there's any ATC, so we'll just crack on. No point hanging around. Nope. So just go back on Unicom now. Annoyingly, I don't think there's going to be much ATC down the other end either. Maybe somebody on tower, at least. That might be something. 1228, got guard on 2. That's done, that's done. Good. Alright, they're all closed. Right, we should be able to push back now. Hopefully it doesn't look like he's going anywhere at the minute, so let's get this up. Plan. Get rid of that. That'll do. Sorry, that'll do. Not perfect. Right. Yeah, I think we're all ready to go. Glasgow traffic, shuttle 7 Sierra, pushing back from stands 19 to push into Lima.
Cockpit to ground.
Crest him. Beacons on.
Stand by.
That's running. Full start checklist, parking brake is on, takeoff data is confirmed, windows are closed, PDs are flight modes, doors are closed and armed, and the beacon is on. So full start checks complete.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed. The parking brakes are set. You may lift. Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft. We are cleared for start and push. Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake. Parking brakes are released. Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence. Yeah, we'll start in the sequence.
Maybe I can zoom in on the engine. Not really. Not like I wanted to. Right, starting to not the best pushback. Never mind. Okay, and just do 2 engines. Pretty short taxi. Okay, that's good. Starting 1.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake. Parking brake set. Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft. Ground. You may disconnect. Okay, sir. Clear to disconnect. Pin has been removed. See you at the side. Have a good flight. Holding position, waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Alright, how the brakes doing? Yeah, a little bit warm. Let's just put those on for a bit. Right, so he's on his way. Engines are started, they're looking good. Start that. Engine mode selector is about to start. Sorry, normal. Don't need the anti-ice. Leads off, APU's off. Clear. Spoiler's already armed, that's neutral, flaps 1. And trim, what was it, 29.1? About there. Status. Nothing on the status, goods. So taxi out of here is pretty straightforward, it's just out on Golf Alpha and then for Bravo.
Traffic run FR773, entering depart runway 23, Norbo 1 Hotel, departure to the south of climb 6000, expecting flight level 180.
Glasgow traffic shuttle 7 Sierra is taxiing to runway 23 via Golf and Alpha and holding Bravo 1. Right, that's good, clear on the left and the right. And the back brakes are checked. Ooh, they've made the jet's exhaust quite noticeable again. There's the Ryanair departing. Right, quick flight controls. Fill up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full left rudder. Full right rudder. And neutral. That's on. Oh, that should have been on. I don't know why that was on. That's done, that's done, that's done. That's on, that's on. And that's on. So taxi checklist, flight controls are under the bed, so my performance was fine, there's no LMCs, got Bravo figures, that's probably what we're going to do. Engine out departure is standard 1600 feet left turn back to the Glasgow VOR, which is there. Departure at Norbo 1 Hotel, which is in the flight plan. We're stopping at 6,000 feet, which is blue. So yeah, taxi checklist, flight controls are checked. Run over the tug.
3.2 GME to the south runway heading.
Yeah. Well, there's somebody coming behind us as well.
500 on platform level 180.
What was I saying? So flight controls are checked. Flap setting is config 1. FMA climb now blue 152. Red updated wind shear is on. ECAM memos take off no blues, and EFBs are stowed and disconnected. Taxi checks complete. So down here and then next left. Phone's on. Hey Gav. Did you see the landing? I want to know. It was a beauty. It was a beauty of epic proportions. Certainly won't be winning any landing rates competitions with that one. I mean that's almost a load 15 report. It was that bad.
Glasgow traffic, just 4 Alpha, stand 17, pushing back onto Lima. Glasgow traffic.
It's another BA behind us. There's a little convoy of BAs, so we're all going back to Heathrow or Gatwick, one of the two. Right, was there any traffic on final? That's what I need to look at. Nope, don't think so. Good. Alright, so there's nobody on approach, so we can line up. Yeah, he needs to sort these click spots out. That's on. That 1 and 2's off. At Glasgow traffic, shuttle 7 Sierra is lining up our Bravo for runway 23 for the Norbo 1 hotel departure. Right, the approach is clear. Line up checklist. Cabin is secure for takeoff. Takeoff runway is runway 23 via Bravo. TCAS is T8R8. And the packs 1 and 2 are off. Temperatures are good. Microphones are off. Right, I think we're ready, so let's go again. Yeah, that's fine. Take off. And Flex 62 SRS runway. Thrust is set. Knots. Yeah, V1 rotates. Fast to climb, gear up. AP1. Let's climb. That's all. Temperature's looking okay for the minutes. Through airspeed, flap 0, speed checks, flap 0. Didn't see it but heard it. I'm surprised you didn't feel it. Probably felt it from your house. Yeah, it was not one of the best. Right, there's no ATC, so we'll just continue on going up. 370 was it? I can't remember. 37, yeah. So standard is Crossjet 370 is blue. Temperature still okay. Don't need the lights. go. So this weather might usually paint in real life. There's probably actually something here, but it's quite dark and grey. It's probably be amber on the weather radar, but it's pretty smooth. There's no reason to sort of go around it. Actually coming out of it now anyway. Let's leave the cabin crew sat for a bit. I never see runway on my PFD, it's always on nav. So you only could get runway if an ILS is tuned, and the ILS should automatically tune on departure if it's got one. So, you know, Glasgow had an ILS on runway 23s because it had an ILS. That was automatically tuned in the RAVNav page when I selected 23 for departure, and that then puts runway on the PFD. If there's no ILS associated with that runway, then you won't see it. It's the simple answer. So if you're not seeing that when you're taking off on runways with ILSs on, you might actually have a bug potentially. Right, it seems smooth enough, so we can release the crew. Right, let's see if we can get back to Heathrow and actually have a better landing, because that last one was pretty awful. Yeah, definitely. I think there's definitely a bit of a different feel in the pitch since the new update. So whether I'm going to have to adjust the sensitivity, I think I'm going to have to adjust the sensitivities of the controls. I just think I need to sort of just have a bit of a better feel for it, maybe. Right, anyway, through 10s. I forgot the constraints, but airports are on. I don't need Glasgow anymore. That can be cleared. 370. Yeah, that'd be fine. We can do that. 370. In fact, let's just go 3.5 because it's slightly longer cruise section. 350, please. Why are you not going 3.5? Should do. There you go, 350. Fuel, yeah, there you go, about a ton, which is what we're expecting. Copy the active now. Funny turn. Quite sure what it's doing there. Where are you going? What wing view file are you using, JD? I've just sort of custom, really. I've just set my buttons up to a custom file. So is it Control-Alt and the number on the top of the keyboard, so just get to sort of the view you want and then just put Control-Alt on the number. So I've got Alt-1, Alt-2, Alt-3, Alt-4, Alt-5 and Alt-6. So I've just literally just gone through the cabin and just, you know, literally changed the viewpoint like I'm doing here, and then just saved it for, you know, for the number basically. So it's not really anyone that I've sort of downloaded or used, it's just sort of one I've effectively created. Right, above the MSA, that's 1013. Hello, buddy. You're right. My dog's looking at me. He wants me to do something with him. You good boy? Yeah? Yeah. Bless you, comms. It was a big stretch. You want to sit, lick me? Good boy. Alright, over the top of Prestwick. Not that we can see too much. Oh, where's Prestings? Alright, I think it's smooth enough to let the passengers go. Hey HD, just wondering what fuel factor you use in SimBrief planning. P8 is still correct. No, I'm using -5 actually now, RLS. Somebody mentioned this to me and said it's sort of the in-flight fuel planning seems to work a bit better. So I've got everything now set at -5, and it does make, when you do your initial fuel calculation on the init page, so when you sort of do this and you've got the fuel planning, and if you put your route and the winds and everything, and then you press the fuel planning button, it comes up with a rough figure. Sometimes this figure isn't always the same as what the OFP says. Sometimes this says more, you need more than what the OFP says, so there's sometimes a little bit of a discrepancy, but I've generally found if you use -5 on the OFP, when you get to your waypoints, you've got very sort of similar fuels that you would expect. So I'll show you when I get to cruise, but all these figures, these are basically the minimum fuel you need to be landing at your airport with sort of CNR, so you know your alternate plus your final reserve. But obviously we don't have that because we have contingency as well, so you need to add contingency fuel, which in this case is 200, and plus any extra, and I put an extra 600, so yeah, I add about effectively almost an extra ton on top of this. All these figures, so when I get to a waypoint and it says, I don't know, 3 tons, I should have about 4 tons at Lakey, approximately. So, -5 actually produces a pretty accurate fuel OFP for the fuel burn that the Fenix has. So, yeah, try that. Try -5. It works pretty well. It just sometimes gives a little bit of discrepancy with the fuel planning on the FMGC on the ground, but we can kind of sort of deal with that and just work with it, because we know actually once we're in flight it's fine. Alright, let's have a quick look at the arrival. Heathrow. What was it? I know when I see it. I need that one. Wasn't it Aliso, was it? Was it Nugra? No. That was it, Nugra. That's what I want. You can go, don't need you anymore. And should approach, yeah. Good, so that's the arrival. Is it Nugra? Down here, down to Honolulu, down to Westcott, and then finally Bovingdon, and then we've got this effectively initial approach from Bovingdon onto one of the ILSs. So if there's no radar online, if there's no London control, we'll just do this, but if there is, obviously it'll be radar vectors. The engines seem really quiet again. I don't know why that is. If I turn the volume down in the sim again, possibly. So alright, quick look. Just have a look. Main menu. Oh no, not that one. God, that would have been bad, wouldn't it? Sound 50. No, it's okay. It's just very quiet inside the cabin, but I suppose that's what it's like in real life. Yeah, a bit more noisy back here. Still fly-by-wire, but getting more tempted by the Fenix. It is very good. I still get the odd sort of crash, to be honest, which is a bit annoying. I had a memory error this morning, but I was trying to move things from the sort of my separate folder on the hard drive to the community folder on the SSD, and whilst downloading the Fenix update and doing something else. I was trying to do about 3 things at once. I think the PC just went, yeah, no, I can't do that, and just basically crashed. So I think I was just demanding a little bit too much. And then when I loaded up the sim earlier, before I started streaming, it just had, I loaded into Glasgow just to make sure the scenery looked fine and there was no sort of conflicts with any sort of other default scenery. And again, it was there for about a second and it just went graphic error and crashed the sim. So, you know, I do still get it, to be fair. The Fenix has been fine, you know, considering I don't have the most high-end PC, but, you know, it still works okay with me on relatively decent graphic settings. You know, I've got the screens on quality and they seem to work fine. Most of the graphic settings are sort of on medium to high. I've probably got 1 or 2 on ultra. I think the Windows screen effects is on ultra. The clouds are on high, I think. You know, most of the other stuff is on sort of high to medium. But, you know, mine still works fine and it's fine. But how do you find Master KTC in real life, Charlie? We're fine. They're really good. They're usually really helpful. I mean, you don't speak to them very long because they're such a small sector. But yeah, you know, we get handed over to them from London, and yeah, they're usually really good, as are pretty much all en route controllers. You know, they're always very accommodating, give you directs. They're very, very, very good at sort of deconflicting with other traffic. So yeah, I've never really had any complaints. Always been very helpful. Hey Jonas, how you doing? Right, I think that's all done. It's always paranoia checks. I'm always looking around going, oh, what haven't I done? There's always something that I haven't done or forgot to turn off. Don't know why. Alright, so a bit of a longer cruise section what we had before this time. Hey Lilo, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Wish I had MS Sensi. Yeah, it is very good. I can't help you, unfortunately. I think you just have to save up, buy one, push the boat out. And the problem is now I've got it, I'm spending money hand over fist for scenery and this, that and the other, because I think, well, it's an interesting place, not been there, and generally need to get the scenery for it. So yeah, it gets to the point where it's even after you bought the sim, it still gets quite expensive because you have to buy everything else just for the sim. Right, let's have a quick look. So we've got the ATIS. How far we got? 32,000. Arrival. Good. Some information. Lima at 1350. That's reasonably local. 27 left. Yeah, arrival 27 left, that's what we're expecting, so 3 o'clock local, which is what we are now, just past 3 o'clock. 27 left for arrival. So yeah, that's as expected. Surface winds 2208. So yeah, it's a southerly wind again, it's a bit of a crosswind, so going to be interesting to try that. So it's 20 degrees, nice and warm. QNH is 1013. And Gatwick, what we got? 26 left, 10 Ks, 20 degrees, clouds, yeah, it's all fine. So Gatwick's good as well for the alternate. So I just texting the missus. Do you have a really good PC, or is this a good graphics mods? These are my specs, Auntie. So again, like I said, it's not the most high-end PC, but it works. So you know, I've tweaked it a couple of things. You know, I was very kindly Gav, you know Gavin EasyJet Simpar, he very kindly donated me his old PC because he got a much better one. So you know, sort of all through donations really. But I've done a few things. You know, the hard drive was replaced with an SSD again. very kindly through donations that got done. I did buy some more RAM as well to sort of boost that up a bit. So we've tweaked with it since I've had it, just to sort of try and make it a bit more stable. And to be fair, the introduction of the SSD has been a game changer, really. You know, the Windows loads a lot quicker. Just the whole PC just runs a lot faster now. I'm just trying to load things. Oh, I think I might be at a door. 1 second. Oh yeah, that was a post. Well, not a postie. It was Hermes, whoever it was, delivering parcels from next door. So yeah, dog in the cabin. Yeah, it is. It's not the PTU. Right, Mac out cruise. Hello, mate. You're right. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. You've done well. Protecting us. That can go. That can go on. Oh, is it already on below? I should have been. What are you doing? Leave my shoes alone. Weirdo. That's done. Guards on. That should be on. Oh god, everything's going on. Dog's trying to chew me shoes. Mrs. Texan. What else done? Right, it's got 10 minutes to get top of descent. Lakey. Alright, 20 minutes at Lakey. Quick fuel check. Loads of weather. We're happy with that. There's no problems about that one. Lakey. So here you go. This is a fuel check. Who was it that was asking earlier? So yeah, about 3 tons at Lakey and 19 minutes, so yeah, we're pretty much there, 20 minutes. And we're about a ton above that, which is basically contingency plus the extra that we took, so that's all fine. In terms of descent, we'll look at that in a second. System SD pages, they're all fine, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Oh, just leave me alone. That's done. That's done. Fuel 16, so 4 and 2 and 16. Also about 5.8, 5.9. So that's what we left with, and it's balanced. You're right, buddy. I think he's getting restless. I think he wants to go out. Just about a short flight. That's all good. Doors are good. That's good. That's good. Good. All right, that's all done. So it's 27 left for arrival. Trying to identify a while by Morse code. Gonna get it to work. Yeah, no worries. Streaming instant subscriber over here. Oh, thanks very much, Simple. Yeah. Did I miss anything? So yeah, the Morse. So what do we got? So the nearest one's Pole Hill, which is just ahead of us. So all you need to do is to identify the Morse code. If this works, is press the volume button. So hopefully we'll hear a Morse code. No. Okay. This is how you do it. So this would radiate. This is the volume for the VOR. So when you've got something, I wonder if it would do anything if I hard tune it. I did notice this the other day with the markers actually. So yeah, the markers normally when you get the inner and outer markers or middle markers on an ILS, which you don't get many more, you can press the marker and you'd hear it. But no, it doesn't seem to be working actually. Funny enough. So yeah, if you wanted to hear it, you would normally press these buttons here, but I don't think they're working or modelled for some reason. That would normally be on his phone as well, because that's obviously how you would chat to the other guy. Voice button, I'm sure a few people have probably saw what the hell is a voice button. And the voice is if you wanted to hear an ATIS that's being transmitted over a VOR frequency. So where have I been recently that had that? Oh, sorry, I've got a really itchy ear. Oh, Albia. I think I've been to Albia recently, and that has an ATIS that is transmitted over the VOR frequency. And I can't remember what it is, like 30.4 or whatever the VOR frequency is. But the ATIS is transmitted over that. So normally, if you... I'll just do my shoes up because I'm going to try and land with the shoes. What are you doing? Look, don't go onto the chair. Oh, you bloody donut. Honestly, how are you going to get out of there now? You're going to have to go back under, aren't you? Or go round. Oh, you silly thing. Oh, he obviously wants attention. Yeah, so if you had an ATIS that was on a VOR, normally if you just press the VOR button there, the volume button, all you would hear would be the ident. So, you know, the 3-letter code ident in Morse on that. But if you press the voice button, it doesn't silence the Morse. It makes it quieter, but it also then allows the voice frequency that's being transmitted over that VOR frequency. So then you would hear the ATIS, the verbal ATIS being spoken as well. If you press the voice, but that's only if you've got like an ATIS that's being transmitted over a VOR frequency. You know, so you don't use that very, very often. There's only very few airports that actually have an ATIS frequency that's on a VOR. He's got his elephant. He's like trying to rip it to bits. Don't you ruin that. That's Nelly. You know. He loves ripping up the cuddly toys. So yeah, sorry. The Morse isn't obviously there. Not being modelled. And yeah, the voice thing, I doubt that'll be modelled as well. But in real life, that's what the voice button is for. The reset. If anybody wonders what the reset is, when the cabin crew call us, we get this green light sort of flashes because the cabin crew are trying to contact us. There's also like a noise, like a brr, brr, sort of noise that comes through because it just means that the cabin crew are chatting to us to ask us how we are, if we want a coffee, anything else, and then that flashes. And that stays flashing until we press the reset. We can't simulate that, but yeah, that just resets the flashing button there. And we obviously, if we press that and had that on, then we would obviously be speaking to the cabin crew on that channel. But yeah, that's what the reset button is for. Right, let's have a quick look at this arrival. There's not really too much to look at. So flight level 200 is probably the first constraint. 200, 100, then 150, then 70. So we'll have 200 as a first one for Tobid. And then we'll go from there onto this and down to about 6,000 and then down to 3.5 and 3,000 for the ILS of 27 left, which is this one. So this one has got the interesting go around. So basically the go around is a bit lower, so it's 2,000 feet on this. So yeah, initially turn left to 2,000, so that's go around altitude, and then when we pass 6 miles down here, then we can climb to 3, and we've got to go straight ahead. So yeah, this just sort of deconflicts us for any departures. So minimum is 277, so we can get this in. So I'm talking, going a bit fast now because I'm trying to play catch up. 220 at 8. 20 degrees, nice and warm. 1013 still. Nobody bloody messaged me, did they, to speak to? No, good. Have we got any controllers? We have Heathrow Tower. That looks like it. I think that's all we got. Bloody bots. So if flight session transmits from VOI, you can use that voice button to hear them. Yeah, you can. Yes, that's the other thing. I've never actually had to do that, but yeah, that's kind of what it's there for. Right, that's done. That's done. Company message. What's that for? He's given up now. Good. Cool. No delay. Let's go low on the auto brake. That'd be fine. Flap full, just because I want to give it another go. Don't want to do flap 3 in Heathrow, but I'm going to do flap full just to see that that sort of pitch attitude and that landing again. See how well that sort of controls. Yeah, I might have to adjust the pitch sensitivities on this if it's still a bit crap. that? 1350. So yeah, probably another one is due in about 5 minutes. So you get an ATIS every half hour. At usually 10 to and 20 past the hour. That's usually when you get them. Sometimes it's on the hour and half an hour. But yeah, it might be a new ATIS in around 5-10 minutes. What was it? 1013, wasn't it? So 1013. 1013, which is basically standard, so that's all good. So that's pretty much it. We've sort of discussed most things. Weather's always fine. It's crosswind from the left. Aircraft's all good. No terms, nothing really to affect us. Threats, VATSIM traffic, and no ATCs. So trying to vector ourselves in and deconflict with other people. Don't you rip his eyes out. Hey! Hey! Yeah, I'm watching you. Don't rip his eyes out. Or his trunk off. Oh, my dog loves ripping the soft toys off. It's just poor little things, they get demolished. Sorry, yeah, that's a completely random thing. So what was that? Yeah, threats, MSA's all fine. 3000, I think it's generally safe for the approach. What was it? 25 miles, London. Yeah, 3000 is all good. It's all in there. Flight plan's all in there. We'll just double check. It's got the via in, should do. Down there, yeah, that looks like it. Oh, not that. Good, yeah, all the constraints are in. Radnav's India Lima Lima, that's the ILS. It is, yeah, DME's collocated with that, obviously. 27 left, good, fine, perfect, all done. Speeds, minimum, flat full. Fuel, we got plenty to give another go. Secondary is just basically a copy. So that's all done. In terms of vacating, not too sure where we're going to go. Probably Terminal 5, I'd imagine, so probably vacate. Probably November 6. November 5 Whiskey, November 6, one of these probably in via Bravo, and then possibly Bravo, and then up to Terminal 5 Alpha, one of these, I would imagine. And what we got? A couple of minutes till we go down. 20,000 is the first constraint. Good. Alright, we're ready to go down. Right, I've put my shoes on this time because I feel like I can feel the rudders a bit more control over the rudder pedals with my shoes on. Which sounds weird. It's like, you know, obviously the feel is not quite the same, but I feel like I've got more control. So it'll be interesting to give this one a try. The wind from the left again, so it'll be just like Glasgow. What do you think of the new flight model, Jonas? Crap. Based on that last landing, yeah. Yeah, I need to do a bit more testing. So, yeah, I'll answer that after this landing in Heathrow. Yeah, that wasn't a very good landing at all. That was probably one of my worst I've ever done, actually, to be fair. And, you know, I think it's like 350 feet a minute descent rate. I mean, that's, you know, that's sort of load 15 territory, really. So, you know, I think would have been lucky not to have got the engineers to the aircraft on that one. But, you know, it wasn't the best approach. I got a little bit high towards the end, which seems to be, it seems to be doing that. You know, I've noticed that all the time since flying the Fenix. It gets to the last sort of 300 feet and then it just doesn't sort of keep on going down at the same descent rate. It sort of shallows off and you get high, and I don't know if that's just me because I don't have the sort of peripheral vision or the feel like I normally do, or whether it's there's something in the system or the sim where it's sort of, I can't imagine it's getting to ground effect a few hundred feet off the ground, but it almost sort of feels like there's some sort of ground effect coming in. And that sort of rate of descent gets shallowed. So yeah, I always find the last few hundred feet a little bit of a sort of effort where you've got to sort of nose down to sort of chase the sort of aim point. But you know, that can then effectively stabilise you a little bit, and then obviously the flare is like another manoeuvre. But yeah, it's a bit weird. I need a bit of practice. Shoes off. Yeah, see, I don't like it with shoes off. You know, that's the thing. I mean, obviously I don't fly the shoes off in a real aircraft, so you know, I kind of need shoes on to sort of, I don't know, have a bit more of a tactile feel of what I'm doing. you know, I almost feel like having too much sensitivity is almost a bad thing. Right, let's start going down. So we've got descent 200 blue. That's all done. That's done. Let's get the ILS on ready. Right, what did I miss this one? It's funny, this boot thing I'm having issue with. They're going to give me a refund now because obviously these boots are obviously not really fit for purpose, and they're going to give me a refund for it. But it's amazing. In order to process your refund as soon as possible, we kindly ask you to destroy your boots by carefully cutting the logo in half and sending us an image. We thank you for your understanding. They must be so paranoid about counterfeit products that, you know, they actually want us to sort of physically destroy the boots. We can't sell them on the Chinese market or something. Never seen that before, but I mean, if that's what they want, you know, the boots are near enough pretty useless now. They got all in them, so yeah, odd. Well, there you go. Whatever they want. If we get a refund out of it, I don't mind. Right, so it is. I don't want to look at that. Heathrow. So it's literally tower. That's it. Yeah, just towers on. Yeah, I could do a bit of Heathrow approach traffic. Not sure the TCAS is working. No, funnily enough, I haven't actually seen any TCAS traffic. So no, that's probably... Yeah, I don't think it is it? I've not seen anything. So yeah, that must be a bug. Must be a bug. There's no TCAS. Oh well. We never used to have TCAS. So, you know, years ago there was never TCAS. It didn't stop us then. Takes some getting used to. Ran a few patterns, found out to zoom in on the display a little to get a better feel of the distance from the ground and flare. Yeah. Yeah, I do remember, wasn't there an issue, was it maybe fly-by-wire? There was definitely an issue when like the sim first came out with TCAS traffic wasn't being overlaid on the ND. That might have been the fly-by-wire rather than the Fenix, but you know, there has been issues in the past, I think. But yeah, it's. I mean, I don't really look at the PFD when I'm landing because it's, you know, it's visual, so it's all sort of visual perspective, and I don't really look too much at the PFD. But yeah, it's going to take just a little bit of a feel, I think. Right, what are you after? Do you need to go to the loo? Is that what we want? Right, I'm just going to see if the dog wants to go for the loo quickly. I've got a funny feeling he might want to do that. Right, let's just keep the approach going all the way down. He wants something from me. I don't know what it is. Right, 70, and that is basically Bovingdon. Right, off the air very, very quickly. No, he doesn't want to pee, he just wants to bloody play. Yeah, oh well. I'll do that once I'm off. Right, so 70 basically, so we've got 200 there, 150 at Soppit, then we can slow down 70 by bombing, and then we can start looking to go down to 6,000 feet. Trying to do turn up the terrain brightness and the yeah, it should be on full. Yeah, the brightness is on. Terrain indeed doesn't seem to show as terrain was working though. Did it work? Actually, no, I didn't even notice. I mean, possibly. The thing is, you don't sort of notice the normal things, do you? You sort of notice the abnormal things. So, if I did see terrain earlier and I saw it, I probably just completely disregarded it because that's what I expected to see. But yeah, you do generally notice the things that you're not expecting, or something a bit off. I'm right next to the lift tower, keeping an eye out. I'm right next to the lift tower in Northampton, keeping an eye out for you now. A bit further to the west. Now, TCAS works for you simple, but not the train. Okay, yeah, weird. Yeah, normally you don't really turn this down. Maybe at night a little bit.
Traffic, Neptune 74 Papa, short final for land runway 15.
What do I want? That scope. Have we got any controllers yet? Nope. Is there anybody behind me? Oh, East Birmingham, that's fine. There's a few arrivals coming in from the east. Yeah, there's definitely a bit of traffic around. Yeah, I have to keep an eye on that. Try and vector us in, because if we're not going to see him on TCAS, we're going to have to use VATScope maybe. Right, it's a little bit of cloud in front of us. May need the anti-ice in a second. Worry too much about a Unicom call yet. Right, so what was the fuel estimates? 3.4, and CNR was not that we really used the flight plan for this. At 2.1, what's the fuel page say? Yeah, 2.1, so we're 1.3, 1.2 tons up on the CNR, which is good, so enough to give it another go.
Papa, vacating Charlie stand 71 via Charlie deck, Delta and Victor.
We're going to keep on going. So yeah, perfect. So yeah, the managed descent went absolutely spot on there. 200 at Tobbid, carrying down to 150 at Soppit, and then 70 by Bovingdon. Yeah, I'm kind of sort of looking forward to this landing now, just see how bad it could be. I mean, it almost felt like I needed to keep a bit of sort of side stick input in the flare, which, you know, is actually quite realistic, because you normally need to do that on the 320s, on the CEOs and the NEOs. So the 321s you don't really keep much back pressure in the flare, because the way the sort of flare mode works, it works slightly differently. But yeah, it did sort of feel a little bit more like a normal Airbus, but a little bit different to what I was used to in the Sims, so I think it caught me out a bit. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what this next one's like, see if I can just adapt and sort of revert back to sort of type, I suppose, and sort of revert sort of muscle memory into what I normally do. So hopefully the landing will be a bit better. Hopefully. That's the plan. Whether I execute it is another thing, but I'll certainly give it a go. Afternoon, Lee. How you doing? Didn't post any funny stuff today. No, I've not. Also, keep it that too steep path. The too steep path thing is, you know, there's nothing really. You know, that's not abnormal. If your descents, if your constraints in the FMGC, I mean, the constraints won't be anything unrealistic. That's the thing. You won't have like 200 at one waypoint and then 3,000 feet at the next waypoint. That's like 10 miles away, because that's completely unrealistic. So all the constraints will be a realistic target that the aircraft can normally hit. But if you've got a really strong tailwind, or if you're really high, and you can't make the constraints because you just physically can't get down, you know, in that sort of profile, it says too steep path ahead, and it's basically warning you, saying, look, I can't make that constraint, mate. You've got to do something about it. Either, you know, get the speed brakes out, speed up. You know, there are ways to rectify it. You know, you can recover it by doing certain things, by speeding up and using open descent and speed brakes, etc. But you know, it's just a warning to say, you know, you're not really in the right place. You know, you're not where you should be. So you know, you've got to try and do something to sort of recover the situation. But you know, it's not a bug. It's not anything abnormal. And of course, if you change the constraints, if you overwrite the constraints and put something in yourself in, you know, that then might make the FMGC a bit funny. You know, it won't like it. Right, what is the tower frequency? 18.5, I think, isn't it? Just so I've got that ready. So a quick look at that scoop. So yeah, quite a bit of traffic around. So somebody about to turn base, then we've got somebody else. Somebody coming from Dusseldorf, and people coming from the south as well. Oh, it's going to be busy. Yeah, this is going to be tough, especially with no TCAS. It's going to be really difficult to sequence ourselves. Too steep path is a bug, known by Fenix. Oh, is it? Okay. Well, I've never really seen it, unless there's an obvious reason why it's there. So, oh, it is actually a bug. Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, yeah. I mean, if all the constraints are in, you know, I think you're on profile and you are getting it, then yes, you know, if I had too steep path now, then, you know, yeah, I suppose you could call it a bit spurious, because, you know, I wouldn't expect it. But right, let's see if we can do a quick call on Unicom. Heathrow traffic, shuttle 7 Sierra is approaching Westcott on the Nugra 1 Hotel arrival for Heathrow for 27 left, and we're trying to sequence ourselves for the inbound traffic. Right, so stop at Bovingdon, Westcott Bovingdon, and then after that it's down to sort of 6,000, I think it is, yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a bit interesting. I've got a funny feeling we're going to get in the way of some traffic on this. TCAS not working on VATSIM, no it isn't. Although saying that, I did see the VFR map. Was there traffic here? Is this real world traffic? I think this is real. I think this is this VATSIM traffic? Kind of looks like it. Maybe this will be useful. Well, I don't really know. It doesn't say where they are or who they are or where they're going, so potentially this might help us. Alright, slowing down to 220, so yeah, probably a little bit fast there, never mind. If I turn that on, not going to make any difference. Shouldn't do, but just wondered if it changed some of the switches. Right, bombing in 127 to get back to 19 miles, then turn right for the ILS. Alright, let's get the belts on. Now we're doing what's temperature? 8 degrees, yeah, anti-ice might be needed for this, looking a little bit fluffy. This would probably paint something on the weather radar, but I don't really see any way around that. We'll just have to go through it. Maybe a little bit off to the left, but I'm sure it's not that bad. Alright, thrust idle. T-case is not on above. No, we're descending. So yeah, I'm not interested in the traffic that's above me. I'm interested in the traffic below me because I'm descending. So yeah, top of climb check SAR. That's what you do. Put T-case onto below. India Lima Lima's identified. So yeah, I've got a funny feeling this is the VATSIM traffic. So yeah, there's this guy coming from, was it Dusseldorf? So I'll probably sequence behind him, but we've also got some people coming in from the south as well, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. I could just land on 27 right, but I don't think the town would like that. It'd keep me separated. Right, 10 degrees. Oh, it is going to get warmer because we're descending. I'll whack it on. Anti-ice is coming on. Got London on. Oh, have London just come on? Oh, that could be useful. Aha, 1326. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do then. Right, hold. And what was it? (116) right turns. If we got London control on, I'm going to hold because I'd rather get radar vectors. Alright, what's temperature? 12 degrees, yes, it's still warming up. Yeah, I'd rather hold at the beacon and get radar vectors than faffing around. Yeah, there we go. Right, so who is it? Under control, 35.8, brilliant. Thank you very much. Perfectly timed.
Number to flight. Bearings 1 to hotel.
Eurowings 1 to hotel.
Does ProPeak go on auto? It's just basically always on auto, simple. Yeah, there's one procedure I think where you might have to turn it on manually. There's not really much you need to do.
0 descend 3000, Eurowings 1 to hotel.
Pilot controller, very good afternoon to you, Shuttle 7 Sierra, flight level 70, taking up the hold at Bovingdon.
Shuttle 7 Sierra, you can turn left now heading 115, and if you could just brief fire your flight plan, please.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I might have got that. 155, Shuttle 7 Sierra, I'll do that now.
Thank you. Turkish 2 Echo Romeo, London 132.6.
Right, 155. Did I forget to do the flight? How I did that?
Goodbye, Eurowings 1 to hotel.
Obviously didn't.
240 degrees,
I just forgot, didn't I?
left.
Heading 240 degrees, cleared. Heading
Naughty.
Cleared,
So I need a checklist. Right, that's done.
2074,
Right, so we're radar vectors now, that's good, 70.
Okay. Maybe we just cross those 2074, clear land 26 left with 2005.
Yeah, let's extend the centre line.
Left land 26 left, Sky 2074. Left hand 9 Charlie, turn right, heading 095.
What was it?
095.
27 left.
Shuttle 7 Sierra, Squawk 7635.
7635, Shuttle 7 Sierra.
Left hand 9 Charlie, reduce to 180
7635, that's done.
180 knots.
And 269.
During 4 Tango Zulu, speed 160 knots until 4 dB.
269,
Speed 116 for fire, 4 Tango Zulu.
89.
Shuttle 7 Sierra, turn left heading 0905.
Left turn 095, easy 7 Sierra. Shuttle 70.
Earrings 12 Hotel, speed 180 knots.
095.
Speed 180 knots, Earrings 12 Hotel.
Left hand to 9 Charlie, descend altitude
I think it's 095. Is it 095? I can't actually remember now.
4,000
So I'm
feet, QNH 1013,
Earrings 4 Tango Zulu, contact tower 18.5, goodbye. Tower 18.5, Earrings 4 Tango Zulu, bye. I've got the other aircraft I called.
Silver Alpha out, stop it.
Right, I think we sort ourselves out, so extended the centre line now.
Silver Alpha London Control, thank you. New Squawk 4771.
That's done, that's done. Anti-ice, probably don't need it, it's warm enough now, I think anti-ice can come off.
27 left, 28 miles, descend altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1013.
Descend 5,000 feet, QNH 1013, Shuttle 7 Sierra.
London Control, good afternoon. Speed
Right, 5,000 VS, QNH.
Level by airback. 2363,
QNH is cross checks, 5,000 blue.
Descend flight level 150, speed with
And approach checks. Barrow F QNH 1013, seatbelts are on. Minimum is Barrow 277, auto brake is low, and EFBs are stowed and disconnected. Approach checks complete.
29254, leave Bovingdon, heading 125.
So probably got a few miles here, what we about 10 miles now, so
Shuttle 4 Alpha, descend flight level 90.
we're probably maybe turning right shortly, so maybe a little bit high. Just make sure I get below, just in case it turns you on base. Go 250. Approach phase activated. Yeah, it does, Jonas, yeah.
Earrings 12 Hotel, speed 160 knots until 4 DME.
So really 5,000 feet, 50 miles is good, and we're sort of going away a little bit, and maybe descend to 5,000 in a second. As long as it doesn't turn us in a minute,
feet, and then further with the glide path.
Pretty good.
3,000 feet and descend with the glide path from South to 9 Charlie.
29254, speed 220 knots or greater.
220 or greater, speed bird 9254.
Shuttle 4 Alpha, speed 220 knots.
Come on.
Speed 220, Shuttle 4 Alpha.
Shuttle 70, speed 180 knots and turn right, heading 140 degrees.
180, 140 degrees, Shuttle 7, that's Sierra. Alright, manage speed.
Earrings 12 Hotel,
140 degrees.
180.5, goodbye.
1185, Earrings 12 Hotel, thank you, bye.
Goodbye, speed bird 363, descend flight level 80.
So there we go, about 50 miles, 5,000 feet, plus a bit of time to turn as well. So we're probably on profile reasonably well, even though we're slowing down. So let's go BS. Right, flap 1, speed checks. Flap 1.
Runway 3074, runway vacated and taxi to next available sun.
3074, just call ground 121.8, goodbye.
121.8, I'll probably disconnect that, thanks, Skyway 3074.
Alright, Shuttle 70, turn right, heading 180 degrees, altitude 3,000 feet.
Right, turn 180 degrees, turn 3,000 feet, Shuttle 7 Sierra.
Shuttle 4 Alpha, leave Bovingdon, heading 125.
Right, 180 degrees, 3,000 is blue, so we're nicely on the profile. Again, 16 miles, 5,000 plus a bit to turn. Oh, there we go, I've got TCAS. I've got it. So it does work.
3225, London Control, thanks. Descent
turn that back to auto.
Descent flight level 130, we are A320 by the way.
Yeah, TCAS does work.
We're down to 9 Charlie, speed 160 knots to 4 DME.
So half of about 17 is what, about 8.5, so to stay on the glide slope.
Right, heading 240 degrees, when established 27 left, descend with the glide path.
Right, 240 degrees, when established the localized, descend with the glide, Shuttle 7 Sierra.
Super 9254, descend flight level 70.
770.
Cool, clear for that, so approach is armed, glide slope lock blue, cap 3, dual AP12.
38 miles to go if that's sufficient, fly heading 325.
So yeah, half of that is about 8, so we're about minus 700. So, you know, we should maintain that glide slope quite nicely now.
Tower 185.
1185, Lufthansa 9 Charlie.
Shuttle 4 Alpha, descend flight level 80.
80, Shuttle 4 Alpha.
London Control, good afternoon, Prestige 24 Papa, we're just holding a uniform, holding one uniform at the stand.
Who am I flying with, Morgan? Loads of people, I think. I've got no idea who they are. Lots of people are probably joining in.
Was it Eagle or Prestige?
Prestige.
Excellent. I used to work for that company. I hope you say that. Prestige. 24 Papa, cleared Rotterdam, Clacton 2 Echo departure, score 3417.
So this should work quite nicely for the CD8. And then we get the flat 2 out just as we intercept the glide slope. Decent headwind, 32 knots up here, so that's not looking too bad. See much.
Prestige 24 Papa, did you get that?
Prestige 24 Papa, we didn't catch the end of it. We got cleared by the Clacton 2 Echo, and then I think I got the first 2 numbers of your squawk, and then it went.
Okay, squawk 3417.
Squawk 3417, cleared the Rotterdam Clacton 2 Echo departure, remaining 2, Prestige 24 Papa.
Gatwick ground, good. Sorry, London, good afternoon. Easy 8 on Bravo, holding at Alpha 1426.
Alright, so through 1,000 to go.
Okay,
should be capturing this any seconds.
24 Papa, that's all correct. Start up approved to your discretion, QNH 1013.
So I won't get flat 2 out yet because we'll have a bit of a balloon. So just wait until we've actually established that, buddy. Right, give me 2 minutes.
We're just holding out uniform ready for departure.
2 minutes.
24 Papa, Roger, can you depart from uniform?
There we go, glide slope. And start. Flat 2.
Prestige 24 Papa, Roger then, from uniform runway 22. Clear takeoff with 21013.
So normally they want 160 to 4 in Heathrow, they're very militant on that. Don't be less than 160 or whatever they give us. But at this land, I will try. I can't promise anything.
2363, descent to altitude 4,000 feet.
Wavy, capturing the localizer, but we're visual, we're happy, that's all good, lots of lights.
2363. Shuttle 7 Sierra speed 160 knots to 40 me.
164, Shuttle 7 Sierra. Right, they really need this, so speed constraint is quite important. So Heathrow got really arsey. If you're not 160 plus or minus 5 knots at 4 miles, they absolutely shouted at you. So yeah, you got to sort of kind of keep this.
Descend to flight level 080, speedbird 225.
So nice sort of.
Shuttle 7 Sierra, contact tower 118.5.
185, Shuttle 7 Sierra, thanks so much. Right, he's on.
332.
Lufthansa 9 Charlie, runway 27 left, clear to land, wind is 210 degrees.
Oh yeah, it's 8 miles, loads of time.
Clear to land, 27 left, Lufthansa.
So if he slows down early, then I'll have to
During
go.
12 so right on Bravo, stand 226.
Right on Bravo, stand 226, Sierra Wings 12 Hotel.
So hello, Shuttle 7 Sierra at 7 miles RLS, 27 left.
Face east.
Ah, blocked.
Blocked.
Speedbird 5, Romeo Echo, push and start approved, face east.
Push and start approved, facing east. Speedbird 5 Romeo.
Alright, Radio Thomas is alive. So hello, Shuttle 7 Sierra with you 6 miles RLS.
Shuttle 7 Sierra, good afternoon, continue approach number 2.
Continue approach number 2, 7 Sierra, Shuttle 7 Sierra. Oh, yes, mouth music. Right, let's start configuring, gear down.
924, Yankee, left Alpha, hold Alpha 4.
Yankee left Alpha, hold Alpha 4, speedbird 924.
And flap 3, speeds jet flap 3. And flap 4, speeds jets flaps 4. Right, so 160 to 4, remember, we're not right there yet, so landing checks. Cabin is gear for landing, go on altitude, oh, should have set that, 2,000 feet, forgot that one. ECAM is landing no blue, so we go 4 miles, manage speed. So 1,000 feet. Right, let's try and do a better job than last time. It's got wind from the left, so crosswinds. So I'm going to leave the autopilot in until he's off, because if we do a go around, it's much easier with the autopilot left on. So a little bit of right rudder to get us straight, and hopefully a bit of flare. Hopefully a flare a bit more this time. Hopefully it'll actually respond.
Lufthansa 9 Charlie, vacate left if you can.
Vacate left, Lufthansa 9 Charlie.
So a little bit.
Shuttle 7 Sierra, the aircraft in front is about to vacate left. If you wish, land after runway 27 left.
500.
Thank you very much. After the Lufthansa, cleared lands, or land after, sorry, Shuttle 7 Sierra Level. After him, so just visuals, just waiting for him to get off.
Charlie, exit that, please.
So we've got the fuel for a go around. He's coming off. Oh, wrong button. Happy with that. So just keep it coming down.
Thank you very much.
Minimum.
Opposition.
So 3 reds seen, 4 reds, just correcting that.
100.
Just keep it coming down.
Lufthansa 9 Charlie, right on Bravo, stand 224.
Retard.
Come on. And you come.
Right on Bravo, stand 224, Lufthansa 9 Charlie.
Yeah, a little bit floaty. Spoilers, reverse green, decel. Yeah, it's better than the last one, but it's not the easiest in the weather. Manual brakes. He said vacate to the left, and he definitely went to the right.
363, established 27 left, 13 miles.
70 knots.
363, Victor, hello. You're number 3 at the moment. Continue approach, runway 27 left. Continue approach, 27 left, speedbird 363.
So expecting to come off here, probably left on Bravo. Keep coming.
70 left, Alpha, link 56, stand 505.
Stand by, left on Alpha. So first left, and then I'll get back to you in a second, buddy, because I don't know what I'm doing.
9254, he's retired with me.
I thought it was supposed to be about 9824.
9254 on the local lens, Robert 27 left.
Alright, that can come off. Tower Shuttle 7 Sierra, so I just second the taxi instructions.
On Alpha, then link 56, stand 503.
Alpha, link 56 and 503. Yeah, I got it, Shuttle 7 Sierra. Right, that's fine. Happy with that. So that's done, they're done.
Speedbird 9254.
Get that on.
Speedbird 9254 with you.
Done. That's...
Speedbird 9254 with you.
Speedbird 9254, press the wrong button. Runway 27 left, clear to land, wind 210 degrees 9 knots.
Right, well that's a little bit better.
Speedbird 9254.
So taxi route's quite straightforward. Alpha, up Alpha here, link 56 and 503 right at the very top.
Approach Speedbird 36.
So nice and easy. 116 was it? I don't know what it was, what was it? Yeah, it wasn't, it's a bit floaty. I mean, it's better than the Glasgow one. I mean, it flared a little bit better. It was ever so slightly better, but just a little bit, a bit squirrely. Which you can sort of blame the weather for a little bit for that. Just a bit floaty, I think, more than anything. But I suppose a little bit better than a bit floaty than the other way round, where it just smashed it in. Now what's he barking at? There's somebody out the back somewhere.
Speedbird 5 Romeo X.
Right, I think that's all that done. Done all that, done all that.
Strobes,
good.
Bravo, hold Titan.
What I do like about the Heathrow scenery as well, it's got the docking guidance. So I think that's, yeah, so Alpha's not this. Is it the next? It must be the next right. Yeah, it must be the next right. Yeah, it is. So that's Bravo going up there, and then Alpha's this one. There you go, it's Alpha.
It's a tower shot for Alpha, 11 miles.
For Alpha, Heathrow Tower, good afternoon, continue approach number 3.
Continue approach number 3, shot for Alpha.
I need to play with this replay software. I need to have a look at that. I'll maybe have a look at that once I finish this stream, because it'd be good to start looking at some of the replays, because I mean that was definitely a little bit of a better landing, just a bit floaty. You know, centerline was a little bit better, touchdown was a little bit better, if not a bit floaty, but Did you get your seats? What do you mean, Charlie? Seats? I did want a seats, but I haven't got one yet. I'm using one of the downstairs lounge table chairs at the moment, which is not ideal, but it does the job. So that's where we started earlier, over there. That's where the original flight, I think, originally started. I don't know where it's finished up today, but we're going over here on the other side, northern side. Right, out of the way, dickhead. Honestly, truck's getting in the way.
Alpha Kilo ready for push start. There, Alpha Kilo, stand 334, push start approved, face east. Facing east.
So again, straightforward down here, first left, and then 503. What's the chance somebody will spawn in?
Speedbird 5 Romeo Echo, where is exactly the holding point, Titan?
Yeah, we do, Jonas.
Just hold, continue section on Bravo, hold
keeps us human.
Lima.
Right, I think we've had 3 minutes. We have, there we go, 3 minutes, right. Single engine, so number 2 is confirmed. APU's there, and the electric pump is on. So, oh, not that one. So, APU's there, and hydraulic yellow electric pump is on there. So it's all clear on the right and the left.
Shuttle for Alpha, it looks like the one ahead is just disconnected. Probably 27 left, straight land, wind 210 degrees 9 knots.
And the other positive thing about that, I mean, ignoring the landing completely, was it was all very smooth. So the landing was very good. In terms of the PC, there was no stuttering, no lagging, nothing else. So yeah, the PC behaved very well.
Taxi Alpha, hold Alpha 4.
Right, 503 is the second on the left, I think. Yeah, 503.
Did you say that from English correction?
Good, so nobody's there.
Speedbird 5 Romeo Echo.
Okay, firm. Just hold position a moment.
Where are you going? Back up beyond? Yeah, sort of Simbin. Right, APU's available. Taxi light is off. We got good accumulator pressure. Stand is clear.
Heathrow Tower, this is Speedbird 225 on a 9-mile final for 27 left.
Speedbird 225, continue approach runway 27 left, number 2.
Right, clear on the left, on the right. Come on, don't stop. Done. Right, there we go, that's that. Parking brake is on. Electric pump can come off. Brake pressure's good. That's all fine. It's done. One's off.
Question is, how do you want me to get there?
That's done, that's done, that's done.
Question, hold Alpha 3.
Alpha 3, Speedbird 924.
That's done. ADRSs look good. 221. Oh.
Speedbird 5 Romeo Echo, we are holding right now taxi with taxi instructions.
There we go, guys. That's it, and we've got ground power. We do. Good, that's connected. Less than 10%. Beacon's off.
Say again.
Standby brake, spin on T40, 7 right, clear takeoff.
Keyboard, yes please.
To the right, clear takeoff, Speedbird 994.
55, wind 2103.
Doesn't look like that jetty's going to attach very well.
Clear to land 27 left, Speedbird 225.
Shuttle 4 Alpha, left Alpha, stand 506.
Left Alpha 506, shuttle 4 Alpha.
Why do I suspect that jetty's going to be funny? Right, I'll turn you off because it's just going to be noisy.
Easy 515, Zilly, climb flight level 130.
130.
Where's the jetty going to go?
Speedbird 326, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1013. 4,000 feet, QNH 1013, Speedbird.
No, maybe we'll have to do some steps. Let's do some steps. There we go. Oh. Yeah.
Easy 515 Zulu, turn right, heading 040 degrees.
There's the steps.
Turning right, 040 degrees.
There we go, they can go under the chassis. Good, well, there you go, guys. That is...
200, turn left, heading 040 degrees.
Alright, quite. So, yeah, there we go. There is Heathrow to... Where do we go? Glasgow. Nice little two-sector. Interesting landings. One in Heathrow is certainly a lot better than the one in Glasgow. That wasn't particularly good at all. But, you know, something we can look at, something we can work on. I was obviously aware of it coming back into Heathrow, so sort of adapted my technique maybe a little bit. Certainly it was a little bit of a better crosswind landing, so the flare is a little bit better, a little bit floaty, but that's fine. Maybe better to be a little bit floaty and a bit deeper in the touchdown zone than just smash it in. So yeah, good. Thanks very much for joining me. If you liked it, subscribe, like the video. Any questions, any usual rubbish I was talking about, any questions about that, just leave a comment. That's it for me today. I'm not going to be doing anything else. But tomorrow, I am going to do a decent stream tomorrow, hopefully. I might be able to do something during the day. I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully I'll be able to do something. But I've been given a green pass for the evening, so I think my missus and her cousin's coming over to do a girly evening night where they're going to watch videos and movies and some bollocks bloody chick flick, I should imagine. But I'm going to have the evening free, so I'm going to stream. And I don't know if Gav's streaming, I'm not too sure. But what I might want to do is I might want to do like an American flight, because I'm hoping that there'd be a bit more of an American presence about on VATSIM. So I might do something completely different, maybe across the pond, not across the pond literally, but maybe on the other side of the pond, do a flight from one of the airports there. If I do that, I have to look at the scenery, and if I'm going to justify buying it. If not, I'll just use the normal default scenery. But yeah, so tomorrow night should be a good one. I'll be on tomorrow night a bit later on. In the evening to do a decent stream. Might just be like the one sector, just a longer one sector. It might be a quicker tour sector, I'm not too sure, but I'll try and sort that out during the day. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Have a very good day, have a good evening, and I shall speak to you all again tomorrow. So happy flying, and yeah, in the immortal words of Scott Manley, fly safe, and we'll see you again soon. Cheerio.